All right. I guess the thing is done, and it seems like your mic's picking me up more than my mic is. But that means it must be another Monday night coming in with a 1, coming in with the 2.
Those.
We are like, all right.
All right, almost. All right. Well, there's the second all right.
So that is a welcome back of the Truther Cast, at home of the Truther Cast. We are here to take your truth order. And as usual, folks, when we get started, I like to be a little bit lit, maybe get you kind of, lit on your side. However, that does mean that there gets a little bit of echo.
It might just be you, but I'm pretty sure I end up getting a little echoey too.
So if you are coming over here and stopping by the show for the first time, I would like you to know that we are attempting to not just be two more dudes out there on the old internet complaining. What we're trying to do here, folks, is got a shtick, and that shtick is to build a better news feed. So make sure to use Better News Feed as the promo code to join the Locals Primo later, man. We'll tell you how to do that. But if you're coming back to the show as a regular, we do appreciate your repeated patronage, tenure. What do you call it when you're like a repeated live streamer person? That like audience member?
Participator of info.
Hopefully it's live chatter. I think things are working, but my Rumble's not working. Is your Rumble working?
I haven't tried chatting in the live just yet. I'm still
I think
sharing.
We're coming in over on the YouTubes, but nobody goes there, We're coming over on the X, but like no one goes there. But the home spot's on Rumble, so that's where we want you at anyway. Let's make sure the Rumble feeds are working here. Okay, if you are here, type down below and let us know. Okay, it's showing up. It just got the wrong thumbnail, man. That's no good. Why is it always got to be like that? Huh? the right one there. I feel like I've got the settings right. But anywho, thanks for showing on back up here, folks. If you're not familiar with the show, though, we are going to go through the last week's news tidbits and kind of, compile them together for you that maybe they were off the kind of beaten path and you just didn't run into yet because maybe your feed just didn't show it to you. And so that's why we're all about building a better news feed, folks. And for the people that got a good news feed, why aren't you hanging out with us in the locals community, guys? Come on in and, tell us what you think about last week. Tell us, what to talk about on the next show to make sure that there's awareness for people so we can bring that realization because I think one of the highlight ones, man, I swear to goodness, 20 FBI whistleblowers apparently came out and are trying to say things about the whole Obama-Russia hoaxy collusion thingy.
Oh, man, it's really got the bees stirring in the hive, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't hear much after, but I heard there's some whistleblowers.
Whole lot of whistles.
And I bet they didn't cover that on television.
I'm glad I wasn't near when that was happening.
Yes, that sounds very loud. But they were regular coach whistles, not R-word whistles. So everybody lived.
Oh, good. You beat me to it. I would have said the word. I forget you got to say corn and R word.
And if you are not sure how to join us in that locals community, folks, that's what that description box down below is for. It's locals.mastash.com. You're typing it in. It's 3 S's in a row, but there are 4 in the whole word. So locals.mastash.com. Go to that link description thing. Just click on it. And there are a few ways to help out here, using that, better news feed code when you join our locals. If you want to sign up for the Primo Squad, that'll help keep the lights on. If you got a computer and you like a, tech guy to help you out and make sure it's all protected and that you're safe and you're good, and with tech support to make the computer run well, you should definitely check out that signup.toleratetech.com link in the description box down below because me, Scott, the owner of the Revival Tech Place, can be your like-minded conspiracy theorist tech buddy.
That Revival Tech Place.
And I will also help tell you which emails are Dan Bonajingo and which ones are not Dan Bonajingo, and they're just trying to steal your money. But you could now report emails impersonating Dan Bonajingo to Dan Bonajingo. I wonder if those dropped off since now it's like a federal crime.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find that out.
It's if he's just a podcaster guy, it's not that bad, the whole stealing people's money thing, you might get in trouble, but
right, there's a lot of worse things he could be tied into.
But now that he's FBI deputy director, that's got to be full fed crime, right?
I mean, Comey was posting what he was, so that was just whatever, it's just some coincidental stuff. He didn't do nothing.
No big.
Yeah. It didn't hint at violence or anything. Just let it slide. Man,
need somebody to tell us in the live chat if we are good.
My Rumble was tripping because I made a comment to ask on a sound check in the chat, but the video wasn't quite there. It was still the waiting screen. It had been minutes, and so I was let me close the app and reopen it. And apparently, my comment that was there was not there. So in other space-time continuums, it exists, but not this one. It is non-existent. Maybe some might say extinct.
I feel like the servers are working very much like the deep state right now because allegedly Dan commented, but they are showing nothing. I just tried to open it and it said something went wrong. The operation couldn't be completed. NS URL error domain error -1001. I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to call my friend Elon the Nerd. One moment. Hold on. They got to know the guys at Rumble by now, man. Donald Trump Jr. is all over on the Rumble.
Yeah. I would imagine so. They probably had lunch a few times together, maybe had a couple games on the course. That's just where all the conversations are to be had.
Yeah, bro, what is going on? Is this broken?
I feel like that's part of your, like, at least here in America, your evolution of becoming a man. If you don't get on the golf course and get in the game, you just never, like, fully get all your man cards. If there was a list you had to check off to qualify you on the man cards, I think that would have to be one of them.
For which one?
Like, being on the course kind of regularly. I mean, for the most part, I mean, even one time is fine, but like you got to experience the being on the course either for business or just with your bros.
Okay.
It's just like,
I can get down on that.
Yeah. I mean, disc golf and regular golf, it's almost like basically the same thing, but
we'd probably
the
say
real
just
conversations
some kind of a sport,
happen
right?
on the course.
Oh, bro.
Business and life conversations on the court, like when you're on the field. That's why sport. Who was I talking about? One of my coworkers, brothers. He was talking about like his kids, and the kid's not showing that much interest in any sport right now. And he's like, dude, I'm just trying to find a sport to like something that he'll like to get into, because he was just like trying to gather his words, like how to explain how sports had affected him as a kid. And I just like shot it in because I'm pretty sure I knew where he was going with it. Like it basically like built your character as a man. Like for a lot of it was like what I got out of sports growing up.
For sure. You know, it teaches you like to try and win, or, you know, perseverance.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a good, just easy character builder. Like it doesn't matter which sport. There's just so many good qualities. Try and like not just participate. You actually like got to try. Like you got to like the sport, and then like get a little addicted to it, and so you try really hard, and then it just like brings so many things to light. Teaches you so many things. Such good building blocks when you're young.
Absolutely. And then you know, there's a lot of like life frameworks that are in there and stuff. So like, you know, somebody can be better than somebody, and all that kind of stuff. Like, how many times we all say that when they started the participation trophies, like, you know, the generations just
we all want to feel equal, but we have to realize we're not, and like that's what the whole teamwork thing is. Like you got to use your team's different advantages to make a whole play that works. That's why sports is always so much different, man. At least when you have team sports. I mean, I guess like single person sports too, it can be a little bit of a thing, but that's why the variables are so high, probably much higher in the team sports, because like you got so many different skills you can combine. Either you have more of one side with a lot more offense than this other guy, but your defense is the same as his, but the aggressiveness is different levels, and always can come up with different outcomes. Is going to now turn into a sports cast.
So thanks for filling in the air, though. I think it did freak out, and we have multiple live streams going.
Ooh, I bet that's echoey in the server space.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. It freaked out.
Yes, Wilkins saying in the live chat, discipline, respect, teamwork, etc., leadership, chain of command. Yep, all great qualities you get to figure out, and not have to have like, you know, learning in that way is so much easier than like your parents having to teach you. You know, at least like as a parent, it's an efficient way to teach skills. You know.
Well, also, you know, like there is the at some point your kid's going to listen to strangers a little bit more than you. You know, as much as that's annoying, or
which is
be that way,
which is like why efficiency as a parent is like definitely a thing. So when they start getting to that point when they can actually go be competitive in sport and like understand how to like play nice with the other kids and be respectful, there's certain, you know, boundaries and whatnot, then you just hand them off. Well, you got to always pay because you're the parent, right? But you just are paying somebody else basically, even though you're paying for the sport. You're just paying for somebody else to kind of like help mold your kid into what you want, you know, take some of the parenting off of your back. Because that'd have to be work that you'd have to do as a parent. Now they get to enjoy themselves, and you get a little space off of them, and they still get, you know, the work done on them.
I'm just glad I don't work at the mall still, where people would drop their kids off and expect you to do those things.
Yeah, that's a little different. Kids at the mall with the man.
I'm pretty sure the system glitched and it created another live. So now everywhere I just shared this, that link is dead, and this one is the right one.
Share the show, even though it might not help whatsoever.
Yeah, so I heard there was a giant mass shooting thing today, just like breaking, but I am not up to date on it. Wilkins says Tim's covering it right now.
When he cue Harry Sissons, breaking news, breaking news, breaking.
Oh, he was saying that about everything or whatever.
Yeah. If a fly lands on shit, he's saying, "Oh, breaking news."
Yeah, it has something to do with Blackstone. Right? Mass shooter in Manhattan was found on the 33rd floor of all floors. Yeah, of all
33rd. Yeah, come on.
Pretty weird.
Dang it. We already are getting into conspiracy. First
there
post.
Are exactly 6 victims. 33 degrees, a Masonic symbol, or a 6-pointed hexagram, or a 6-pointed star, aka Star of David, linked to Masonic rituals.
Oh, don't get anti-Semitic now. Wow.
And then, like, the TV is already being like, white man kill people. Like, I don't know.
I don't know if that guy's white for sure. Oh, there's some. That dude doesn't look white.
Doesn't look very Caucasian.
But of course, he had to have.
There's the pigeon
AR-15.
doing security.
Dude, no, that's one of the bourgeoisie.
Things.
What you mean?
They're recording.
That's one of the CCTVs that could fly. One of the drones. One of the drones before we knew drones existed.
Gunmen wearing bulletproof vest, armed with rifle. Good Lord. He looks Caucasian. I think it was the Palestine shirt. It just made me feel like he must be a white liberal.
Must be a white man liberal, yeah.
But it's not funny, folks. Shootings are not good. Not good. Blackstone manages over $1 trillion in assets. What is on the 33rd floor of this $1 trillion monolith of a corporation representing the black cube of Saturn?
Wait, hold on. Blackstone. Okay.
It's one of the big like investment something.
Has there also been a Blackstone? Because BlackRock. Yeah. BlackRock is the main one.
Right. No, there's a Blackstone and it's like just as big and they all own each other.
I was gonna say I just seen something on there was another Mandela effect recently. Earlier today, and I was like, "Oh, is this going to be another one right now?" They just changed BlackRock to Blackstone real quick.
I was just talking about that with somebody yesterday.
Because I guess Yosemite Sam. Apparently, the what in tarnation? Apparently, he's never said that.
Bull.
Yeah.
We just all like added that.
According to some sources.
According to the current record.
Yeah. There's people out there that are saying like they were gonna go
it's a
cite the quote in the research paper and they couldn't find anything of it. And like, yeah, I mean, did you see that? Actually, I linked it in the show. Holy cow! Pat myself on the back there. We'll be getting to it at one point, but yeah, I'll just let us get to it. I won't spoil it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like thinking like I need to share this link out or swap the link out, but like whatever, we'll just keep gunning here, folks.
Yeah, they know where to find us. I mean, if they have followed us, they will get a notification anyways.
All the regulars should be here.
Yeah. Yeah, no excuse for all the regulars not be here. I wonder if it'll be a third time in the row for a troll-free show.
Yeah, bro. I think the troll is officially given up.
No.
What a loser.
No. He's taking some off weeks.
Excuse
Oh, this is why he's a troll. He's not in it every week. He's not that dedicated. He's only half dedicated. So
he had me going, man.
That's why
he was pretty dedicated there.
He sure was for a while. Yeah. No, I'm just talking. I just now got to talk. A little bit of shit.
Speaking of dedication, right? Let's go to a story where it's about an older man who's extremely dedicated to defending an even
we don't want to
older man.
We don't want to age hate. Don't call him an old geezer, just an older person.
Like Hunter Biden's just an older person.
I can't wait for that to be the next thing.
Like,
how are you age discriminating me?
Did you hear this one, bro? So Hunter Biden went around and did a podcast or two.
Oh, is this the one where he's talking about how crack is like clean, basically?
Bro, yeah.
And trying to not tell you how to make crack, but basically tells you how to make crack.
He's like started explaining how to make crack, and he's like, well, I don't want to go into how you make crack. And then 3 seconds later, he's like, okay, so the difference between cocaine and crack is you cook it. So you cook it, you gotta cook it, you gotta get the the sodium benzolate. So I'm like, what?
Sodium bicarbonate.
And, because you're cooking it, it's it's actually
it evaporates off all those harsh things that are in it. So I don't know about all that. I mean, yeah, there's some truth to that, Hunter, but I don't think you understand all the chemistry.
So this random highlight of this just tries to wrap it up pretty simply. In a span of 3 hours, Hunter Biden gave a step-by-step instruction of how to cook crack, trashed Nancy Pelosi and claimed she secretly hates Kamala, told Nancy Pelosi's daughter to F herself, that Joe Biden was strung out on Ambien during the Trump debate, blamed Obama.
Out of all things to be tripping on Ambien.
David Axelrod, Pod Save America, and George Clooney for staging a coup against his father, admitted his family relies on illegal alien slave labor, threatened to invade El Salvador to retrieve gang members. In fairness, that was only if he were to become president. So prepare for Hunter Biden 2028. Confessed that the Russian disinformation laptop was his. Claimed Israel allowed the October 7 attack to justify invading Gaza. Argued crack is cleaner than and safer than alcohol. And then defended cheating on his taxes. America, we found Jasmine Crockett's 2028 running mate.
Oh, man. Oh, that's just absolutely wild. So this man has had 2 laptops that has really screwed this nation up, huh?
So it's actually 3 laptops and 1 full iCloud phone dump.
He just if they just don't let him have technology, I think they'll bounce back. He's just been wrecking them. He's been putting the stick in the spokes of their front tire.
The iPhone cloud dump, bro, was the worst. That was the one that we got most of the stuff from, I think. That's where we got his contact list and found out that his father was in his phone as Pedo Peter. And
yikes.
You got cell phone pictures that you didn't even take the effort to move to the telephone or to the computer yet. Those were just quick snaps, bro. You got the one of him smoking crack rock out of a pipe while he's driving
mozzarella.
in a car, a Honda or something
It was just mozzarella cheese. It was all for the memes.
What's crazy is we don't have to say allegedly. It's a picture he took of himself to document the vibe, bro.
I would say that would just be a memory if I were him. I would have thought that'd just be a good memory. Leave it at that. Doesn't have to be on camera anywhere. And there it is. He's like, I'm going to make sweet art of this one day.
All I know is if you look at it one way, can't all of us men be a little jealous? Because he must be the alpha in his wife relationship, bro. Because this guy ain't being like, yo, dog, we're smoking crack and hookers tonight, so we're going to have to go off the grid, dog. Nobody can find out, man. No one can find out. Everybody throw your phone out. This guy's just like, F it, let her rip, dog.
Yeah. He's like, man, I'm just here to live. If they hate it, they just hate is going to hate, let them be how they be.
He's like, she's not leaving me, man. I already got my brother's wife that's now my wife addicted to crack. So where else is she gonna get crack from, man? I'm good.
Who else is gonna cook it for her?
See, the trick was I got her hooked to crack, but I didn't teach her how to cook it. So I'm hoping she doesn't watch my interview documentary.
Our relationship's 50-50. She cooks me dinner, I cook her crack.
Yeah, it's probably a nice loving relationship, I guess, right?
Hell no, dude.
Jiminy crickets. What a loser. I can't believe this kid just came out and ran his mouth like that. That's wild. But I didn't watch all of it. I skipped through it. It was pretty interesting. It's like one of those, I can't look away from the train wreck kind of moments.
I feel like
this is a waste of my life.
I feel like he took one at least little dabarooski of the Piper before he went in there and just started yapping.
He seemed pretty lucid. But yeah, man, that happened.
Maybe he was on the book shug.
So one way of looking at it is there's no way that'll ever go anywhere. He
was like, that couldn't have been my Coke in the White House because I have it right here. Pulls it out really quick, puts it away like this dude.
So some people think that that's going to hurt Democrats in general. I don't think it really pertains to anybody that would be running.
With all the Democrat cities like in Washington and Oregon, they probably are like, heck yeah, because, they're all just on the streets doing heroin and shit. So they're more likely all behind this guy like, hell yeah, what a strong leader. A smoker of crack. He is our new leader.
Yeah, maybe he should just be the mayor of Portland.
Dude, I bet he would get it. I hope we didn't put some really shitty ideas of Don't run with it, people. No, that's actually a horrible idea. Do not try. If you watch for some reason, do not try.
I think we should
don't run. It's not a good idea for anybody.
I think we should get ahead of things, and we should help him run for mayor of New York.
Oh man, I think that would be when New York would officially turn into Gotham City. Dude, I'm convinced Chicago or New York have got to be like what, because a lot of these movies are just future depictions. So I'm pretty sure Gotham City and Batman is going to be Chicago or New York.
Well, is it future depictions, or do we just
shit's going to go down like in Batman in those cities?
Or we also have some kind of a thing where we have to make what we saw in the movies, So either way,
I mean, I wonder if that's a tool that they use for manifestation. Think about it. So they're broadcasting eyeballs are, they basically like CCTVs, just actually hardwired to the conscious collective. And so if you can get it in front of more people to see, that means the collective consciousness is going to have more of a ratio of that being seen to something else being seen. And so then it's automatically manifesting it out there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure I agree.
It's like a manifestation farming.
Well, that's what we a lot have been saying, that some of the things they put out there is
just to make us think about it, and then it actually happens. Correct. And then they're like, hey, see, we told you can't be mad and you can't have bad karma against us because we showed you possibility and you watched it and thought about it being a believable thing, and now here it is. Bing, bang, boom.
You just coined something, bro. Manifestation farming is exactly what we're doing.
.tm. Oh man,
I think Rumble's having a bad night, bro.
What movie was that with Michael Myers? Where he's the gosh dang it, the love guru. .tm. Oh,
like my mustache name. That's TM'd.
You have tell me you've seen the Love Guru.
Nah, I wasn't really into that one.
But you've seen it.
I think I watched part of it.
I mean, it's another Michael Myers dumb humor thing. So if you don't like the dumb Michael Myers humor, you won't like that.
I usually do, but that one ridiculous. Was too much for me. And the get him to the Zohan or get him to the right, that was too stupid for me.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Don't mess with My brother said his review on the Happy Gilmore 2
was Michael Myers in Don't Mess with the Zohan?
No, that was Adam Sandler. I was saying similar to that movie. It was too stupid.
Okay. Different actor, but too stupid of humor.
And they were kind of the same movie.
A little bit, yeah.
If I recall. But my brother said that Happy Gilmore 2 was just kind of way too stupid. It was just not hitting the mark or something. And
man, I'm definitely still gonna watch it.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Dude, it's so hard. A second one actually does better than the first one.
Oh, right. And it wait a long time, something. I don't know. But we're starving for things like that. So if they made it at all decent,
right? Yeah.
I feel like we'd all be like, oh, thank God. Something funny.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have a rainbow getting shoved down my throat.
Right. And there's like no such thing as comedies anymore because of that.
Yeah.
We've got a Dan post here.
Oh, it didn't have to marinate that long.
Yeah, not too shabby.
This, oh, wait. I made 2 posts. This is a different one. Wow. Woo. Yeah, I like these guys. They always have some good stuff.
Okay, are we buckled up? The short video has told us to buckle up.
I'm buckled, dude.
Okay, we're buckled. I got a strange thing. June 24th, RFK Jr. He's at a...
According to AI.
I got a strange thing. June 24th, RFK Jr. He's at a congressional hearing. He starts talking about biotechs and wearables. His quote is, "My vision is every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years." That's 330 million people. Where would you possibly get that funding? In the big, beautiful bill, National Institute of Health was cut by 40%. Center for Disease Control cut by 50%. There's another line item within that bill. They funded this rural health transformation with $25 billion. What it says is remote monitoring, robotics, AI, other advanced tech. And there was a $443 million contract from the CDC to take over data functions. But guess who that was to? Palantir. Peter Thiel has $443 million contract from the CDC to take over all their data functions. And May 30th, DeSantis vetoed a bill that would let families sue doctors over medical malpractice and if it resulted in death.
Did not know that.
Thiel and Musk are close. So what's going on with him? In January, Neuralink selects the University of Miami to be their second location for brain transplants for the Neuralink. If you're trying to experiment, you're going to have either a ton of volunteers or detain people who have no consent, cannot sue, cannot do anything about it. You've heard of Alligator Alcatraz, right? That is 45 miles away from the University of Miami. Hundreds and hundreds of people are at this Alcatraz. They can't do anything about it.
Just a theory, by the way.
The whole excuse was they can't get out, but the reality is ICE can't get in either.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. I got a strange thing. June 24th, RFK Jr.
Buckle up!
I like how he just yelled.
Bad news about our homies, huh? Like,
I mean, it's smart, but is it ethical?
Yeah.
Is it true? Is a whole other thing. But I mean, definitely plausible.
Yeah, most def. I think there might be laws against that still because we used to like do experiments on
maybe
prisoned people.
Maybe certain parts far enough south, or are they actually off the mainland on like a little island, or is it still connected mainland? There might be different like jurisdictions there.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's still just like in Florida.
Because that was the whole thing about gosh dang it,
like some international waters thing.
Where was our like torture point that they're saying we need? Yeah, Guantanamo Bay. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure Guantanamo Bay was a thing because it's in different, international waters, so the rules can be whatever the heck they say.
They're like by like Puerto Rico or something. Where is that? Guantanamo. How you spell Guantanamo? Guantanamo Bay.
A whole lot of bad shit.
I'm gonna call up Dan Bonajingo and tell him to pick me up at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh,
in Cuba?
Southern tip of Cuba.
Wait a second. So wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
hold on.
Go to our communist counterparts so we could torture people.
Hold on.
Nice.
Wait. And this is like how things have functioned for like a real long time. Wait a second, man. That doesn't seem right.
Oh man.
I mean, Miami's not too far from Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's
Guantanamo Bay.
On a speedboat, I'm pretty sure they can just zoom right on down.
I mean, all they got to do is hit up Elias Gonzalez,
and
bro.
Not any too bad of big old waves, and you're good.
Well, Elian Gonzalez is like 20-something now, right? So He's probably gotten better at traversing those waters back and forth by now.
I'd hope so.
I mean, he was great the first time. Like, he made it.
There's a lot of sharks out there. Man, dude, water is not my thing. Deep water, at least, salt water especially. Yeah, no. I mean, even fresh water, no. If it's too murky to see into, and it's like where
you're probably gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, like we are very disadvantaged creatures in the water. I don't think there's aquaphobia. I think it's just knowledge. I mean, there is, but like I think it's just an extreme sense of knowing how disproportional you are to having an advantage over a water creature having advantages over you. So you are very vulnerable as a piece of prey.
What's tricky about that
in the water
is that
so they're just hyper focused on like, oh god, I have way disadvantage here.
That's the same.
Water's super scary.
That's the same thing an agoraphobia says about going outside, though, man. They're just like way disadvantaged to all those animals that are walking around outside doing things in life that they're terrified
if you just
of.
focus, so it's a focus problem. You just have to focus more evenly on all the other places, and you go, you know what? Yeah, I'm pretty much screwed wherever I go, so I'm just going to focus on enjoying what I can in this experience because that's really all we got at the end of the day, right?
Okay, so this brings me to my personal topic of the day. How do you explain to somebody that is a family members of yours that you're trying to care about and still have a relationship with, that Trump's ICE is not just going around and grabbing people off the street?
Like,
I was curious if you had any ideas.
Like how to do it.
Because all I had was like,
is what you're saying?
That's not true. Oh, you haven't been watching the news. Don't watch the news. Like, it's not good.
A lot of that's made to look a certain way.
What's aggravating is then they go, oh, I don't watch the news. Yeah, that's all baloney. I'm like, and what did you just say? Like, wait, what?
Do the flip script.
They were very upset about this, man. They were very upset.
Yeah, I mean, when they show these little heartstring puller stories, I mean, they've been caught showing a complete out of context clip. It was actually from a movie about some girl's like mom getting taken away from the family, and they put it on like it was a real life scenario, but it was out of a movie, and they aired it like he's taking our, the parents away from these families. He's ripping them apart, and it was from a movie, but they're trying to claim it like it's real.
And we've had that happen.
Why don't just you post a real one if it's been happening all over, which they had to go to a movie. Right. And all these people think it's a real scenario. Right. They don't even understand it's a movie clip.
Everybody just listens to the headline, bro, because we've had that happen with wars, and it was just video games that people were posting videos of that like put them through like a grainy filter.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well,
trickery.
Super Grok 4 thinks really hard when you ask it questions now, so maybe we'll have to just come back around to this one to keep things moving. But drop in the live chat down below. What do you think? How do you explain? Oh, wait. Who's IPR Jungle? What up, IPR? Oh, hey, using the ledger. Okay, that's what's up, bro. Is that our boy Josh? That's what's up, bro. Got him the ledger. He came in here to get a computer fixed. Yeah. I was like, homie, you don't need one of these.
Heck yeah.
That's what's up, man.
For the win. But yeah, that Neuralink is a little scary, like in thoughts of, oh, what if they reverse, they got a back door to it, they can then...
It's not what if, dog. It's when. What if when?
Yeah.
What if when that happens, what do we do?
Well, something. The point on it being for good, on AI is going to get so smart, we're going to have to keep up somehow. I mean, good idea and concept. It just, the whole integrity, trusting consequences, very 50-50 there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the thing is, like, if they start doing something, how that's something now connected to your brain. You can't just like yank it out. You probably can't fry it. Probably fries your central nervous system. Like, you're kind of really stuck.
Well, it's gonna get real Blade Runner or Cyberpunk 2077.
Somebody should. Is it like illegal to make if you sign a contract, like say you have Neuralink done, there's going to be some paperwork you have to sign off on. Like, are you able to get a hold of that paperwork and make it public? Or is that somehow also against the contract?
It's gonna be a POS too, bro. Like, okay, here's an idea for you though. So,
because if they put an NDA also in that contract, like, yeah, that sounds shady.
Well, right, but something proprietary information that you're privy to because you're getting the surgery and procedure done.
I mean, yeah, which is a good like excuse to like make it where you're not supposed to talk about it
and not legit all at the same time.
Yeah, that's difficult.
So have you heard of the Switch 2 debacle?
Like what about it that people are saying it's like super duper good, but it's like kind of like,
so if you do anything
that much new,
it's triggered as funny business. They just brick the whole thing. It's not, you're banned from the online thing. Feel free to go buy a game and play a game on it, but like F you can't play online with people anymore, and you can't download anything from the store.
Damn.
And anything that you bought from the store is now completely inaccessible. That's what they used to do. Now they actually make your entire device completely unusable.
That's a little communistic, I feel like.
So do you own that thing, right? So like what happens when you do like, you like fart weird and then your Neuralink is like, you were trying to hack it. We're turning off the system. You're not allowed anymore. And then now you forgot how to like eat, walk, talk, and pee. So you're like, no.
The news tonight.
I can't even breathe.
The news of the night. Man farts his way into prison.
Yeah. We're arresting you for tampering with the device. Breaks the TOS.
The man's farts emitted a frequency that the Neuralink picked up as reprogramming.
Yeah, bro.
And it called it's you know,
I'm full techie dog, and I believe thinking to my computers to do things would be fantastic. However, I definitely don't want to be Project Mockingbirded from the inside my head.
Yeah,
they already are something controlling us with blah de blah, all the other tinfoil hat theories of waves of 5Gs and jabs and little nano particles and shit like that, putting out, you know, MAC addresses that we've covered on this show previous weeks,
turning us into Bluetooth signals.
Hypothetically, there's a homing mechanism within you now, man. If it pops out, you know, a little MAC address here and there, they can ping that shit probably. Man. What? Now, how do you argue against Elon's reasoning for doing the Neuralink though? If nobody's going to listen to me and put the reins and pull back on AI, it's just going to go out there and some evil bad guy is going to frickin' like, you know, Lex Luthor make a evil crazy AI machine that goes off the rails and then it wants to kill us all. Maybe it won't want to kill us if we Neuralink compound with the cybernetic thing.
Or
like, how do you argue against that? Because that's like the best idea.
Or what if that then you can actually see all the knowledge, and once you get enough knowledge, you get enough realization, and then your consciousness exceeds that level, and we all poof.
We'd have to all. It's going to be the elites that can afford the machine first.
Man, so that's really
there
what
goes Elon, and we're all screwed, bro.
So all those futuristic movies are about how they basically, all the rich people let themselves in on enlightenment first, and then all the rest of us now have to scratch and fight for it. They're left behind.
Maybe that's what we're all doing right now.
Yeah, maybe it's already happened several times.
All right, back to the
history
Grok.
Repeats itself.
Grok
So has there been multiple enlightenments through the years, and it just happens in waves? Is it not normally just a person? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they think it's every time somebody dies, like somebody enters heaven. No, it's like they reincarnate. They play the game to gain more consciousness in that different density again, and then eventually, when the day of judgment comes, it's almost like, let's say, okay, the new PlayStation released all at the same time. The new Call of Duty releases at the same time. So everybody's got the same amount of time to be able to get so far in it. So everybody's at like different levels, but there's all the procedures and shit. And that's almost like the day of salvation is somebody comes and judges your scorecard on like how far you prestiged.
The ref.
Yeah. And if you haven't prestiged enough, it's like, man, you got to go back and play, bro. Like, you got to go another round in there. You got to hit another prestige. Like, oh, man, come on. I thought I was done playing the game.
So if there's multiple dimensions, are there different dimensions of God, or is God above dimensions? Because one of those dimensional gods right now is going, why are you not playing all the video games, guys? You're doing all this crap still. Like, we got to the video game part. Put the chip in. Play the games 24/7. That's all I'm interested in. Like, what the hell? Like, dude, Call of Duty Warzone has been horrible for years now. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, that's just how life is. Metaphor. It's like prestige isn't Call of Duty. You got all these density levels before you finally prestige hard enough to you enlighten onto the next game.
Congrats to the IPR jungle for going back to get a PhD, you crazy son of a biscuit. I can't believe you're going to give the school more money. Good for you, though. So I want to hear in the live chat, what do you use as evidence to prove the TV's wrong and ICE isn't just grabbing people off the streets and whatnot, man? Because I didn't really have an actual legitimate thing to prove that. It's like, yeah, nah, man, like, I'd have to show you all the, like, busts they're doing or something. Like, the one I went to was LA. It was the money laundering thing. And then the pot farm one, they found, like, illegal activities, and they arrested somebody that was an actual convicted pedo and was working with like a underage kid.
Yeah.
So like that's probably not good if they were like working with a kid and they were like a convicted pedo.
All I could think is showing all the situations where they're saying they're normal people, but then we ended up having their actual like court records, and we could double check and see that they had criminal convictions. So it's like, okay, you know, criminal here. I mean, sure. Like there might be some that were minding their own business, doing regular jobs, but like they did something. I mean, first off, if you're just here, you don't have your paperwork. I mean, it sucks if you're just with a family and stuff, and they're probably not getting exactly napped off the streets. They're getting napped up from their homes because they have their address down, because they have a whole life situated here. But like, you knew the consequences. That's how it's been for millennia. In the kingdoms back in the day, like, it doesn't matter what reign of time that we're in, it's always been a thing. You got to get permit. It's not like your Earth. Like, yeah, if you want to get super hippie with it, yeah, like, we're all here. The Earth is all like equally ours. Well, guess what? There's this whole thing called society, a whole bunch of other versions of these Homo sapiens. And we got to like deal with them. And the best structure we've found is having these secluded off places. And if you don't like it here, you can go to the other place. But either way, we got to know who it is here, because there's just been, you know, things of history, historical events of where people they were one of that society. All of a sudden, they showed their true colors and they were an enemy. They were from a neighboring country that hated their guts, and then infiltrates them from the inside out. Like, it seems crazy, and like, wow, why would that even be a thing? And I don't know how somebody's whole existence would be thinking about how, oh, this person's like, I just hate them so much, I'm going to figure out how to literally take them from the inside. So like their country and all their people have to like burn and disappear. Like, seems like a whole lot of energy for some negative crap, but it happens. So we have to do something to prevent against it.
Right. That's what's tricky about it, bro. Like, come on over here, man, but you gotta kind of be like us.
Yeah.
But like, now bring some of your shit. Like, let's spice it up. Like,
we just have to know like who it is and what your past is. I mean,
so it then recommends going to
everybody has that. I mean,
it then recommends this visual aid of here's the knowing who these people are, right? So if we've arrested them now, you know, we know more about them, right? So 75% of them are actually criminal illegal aliens. So they're criminal aliens, right?
Yeah.
3% are gang members, 2% are sex offenders, less than 1% are murderers, and 25% are non-criminal criminal aliens. So what percent were like not actually criminal aliens?
Like etc. work site. So just guys that are here illegally. They just crossed the border without papers.
Still a crime.
Yeah,
So
it's still a federal. It's still a federal crime.
Yeah. And then the other thing that was really difficult is they kept sticking on the like, I can't believe that, people support somebody who think these people shouldn't get due process. Like,
imagine
it's been like this for forever. America, like everybody deserves their due process. And it's like, yeah, the due process for a criminal alien, from my understanding legally, whether this is right or wrong, like if not, like, vote for a senator, is, hey, is this person a criminal that, person that came in here illegally, which is then a crime? Oh, yes, they are. Due process is done. Like, that's the due process. It's not like a trial of your peers.
No, that's just a waste of time and resources.
Like if you were a citizen or something, like they don't get citizenship rights.
Imagine if how many people we have having to do this work to track these people down, get these people out. All instead of doing that, if the people didn't come on in illegally, could then be having jobs where they're processing way faster everybody that wants to come in legally. And then we could have a lot of people come in and get the American economy booming with a whole bunch of hungry people like fighting for justice. Then you get competition again, but like you can't just call ICE on them. Like if all of a sudden they start beating you, if you really want them to like, not compete against you, like there's nothing except you being better than them at your job. So it entices competitiveness in the workplace again, which is anytime in history that happens, we start making our excels, like our big leaps in either technological bounds, industry, all these new thoughts come around, how we do human life better. But like all those people that are having to work against getting these people out could then turn all that manpower. And because right now, that's why it's been so slow for the longest time. We just don't have enough people to fill the spots to then filter these people out. But then if all those people weren't having to track down and get the wrongful people out, they'd be able to do the job of getting people qualified to get in. A lot of those same people.
It was worse way before it anyway. It took like long time before the whole like illegal immigration thing.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's because they have been pouring across for decades.
Sure. But what I think you brought up, bro,
I mean,
the actual
Obama
here,
deported a buttload.
Sure.
So it was happening before that. Because think about it, Trump was only president after that when he made a Great Wall.
Right.
So they've always been pouring across. Yeah.
I think the biggest question though is, dude, as soon as you get here legally, why is not the first job you get taking on immigration? Why wouldn't you just get a job to try and help out everybody else? Because we all just want to do what we want to do and
Probably
do our own thing.
Because it's a government job, so then they're immediately found out and
I'm saying legally. Why are there not a whole bunch of immigrants that came here, get legal status, oh my goodness, I want to work in the department to help make this process not suck.
Yeah, maybe
I'm passionate about.
Maybe they're scared there can be too many and like more people coming across is bad for them. Maybe they see it that way, even though it would be the opposite way.
I'm kind of a
I mean, like when you have a land of milk and honey,
that's pulling the
and if you don't know that it's like, if you're not for sure that it is a endless supply of milk and honey, you're gonna be like, how much do I let other people take of this? Because then, like, I mean, I want to be, taking care of my neighbor, but like, I mean, I gotta take care of myself too.
It is pulling the ladder up though, bro. Now that I got here, I really don't care how the hell anybody else gets here. Gotta go, bye. Got a wife and kids, man.
Yeah, I gotta
do this work. What we got here? Oh man, this was fantastic. So this week in how ignorant is the Democratic Party. I don't want to like say, like the people that would vote that way necessarily, because like, maybe, there's a lot of nice people that vote Democrat. Okay. I don't want to just, lazy, all people names or anything, but I'm sure there were a lot of people that thought they were onto something when they first saw this picture.
And you know who you are.
Okay. So now I'm going to try, if you know this one, it's going to be, ruined already. But if you don't know it, let's try and let's let you figure this out in real time. So we cheated, and you already know something about this is stupid, okay? So I don't know if this is like the Democrat X account, but a main big Democratic X account posted this the other day, okay? And the headline of this screenshot meme kind of thing says, U.S. grocery prices reached a record high in 2025. Prices are higher today than they were on July 2024. All in major categories listed below. The point of this obviously being that Trump sucks and grocery prices are up because of Trump, because the prices today are more than they were June of last year. And then they posted this chart. If you're watching if you're listening, or like the graph's too small because you're on a phone or something, we've got a graph here that starts in October of 2019 and it goes to like the end of 2024, it looks like. So it's like, not even showing when Donald Trump has been in presidency.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, the graph starts out very low. It skyrockets up during, I don't know, it looks like in between the time of 2020 to 2022.
I kind of like the time that Biden might have been in office.
Yeah. Was that the time?
Is that what it is?
Was that the time?
Oh, I mean, there was like this COVID thing, but he was like the leader of everything happening. So, I mean, either way, like, you got to deal with what got dealt.
So everybody roasted these clowns, and they have since taken the post down, completely deleted, because everybody immediately took a screenshot and then fixed the chart for them. And was like, hold up, bro.
Let me explain this in layman's terms to you.
So, like, if the chart did have current data, even though it doesn't like state when the bar for 2025 is, I think this estimation is pretty good. And it's like, oh, since Trump has taken over presidency, like, produce is not doing good.
And then those
meat went up a little. And then everything else is kind of chill.
Democrats would be using that graph, and that little peak in orange at like 105 right there, they would have went, see, Donald Trump started it right here, and then Joe Biden came in and the damage had already been done, and it just took off. All Trump's fault.
Right. But this is pretty awesome. This went all over and everybody roasted him.
You dipshit. When you have, well, it's because they're literally letting hatred lead their actions. That's what it is. You can't see things from two sides of the table. You're only trying to see, you only see it in your vision of like, this is how I can make him look bad. Wait, I didn't realize and thinking how it could possibly make my candidate look bad, because like they're just not bad ever. Never been a thing.
Bro, it's the Democrats on X. Their website is democrats.org. So like this is a giantly main Democrat channel.
I can smell the soy. There's so much soy seeping from
their
the
pinned
pores.
post right now is just the video of Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein, bro. Wow.
At a general get together of like 100 people.
Yeah, before Trump blew the whistle and then got Jeffrey Epstein arrested. So, there is.
Yeah, when they were just two younger guys, very wealthy, connected to the same people in New York. They're going to be at the same parties. So as the only couple billionaires in the room or multimillionaires, you end up talking to each other. It's generally how that goes.
Since we're back over here to, Donald Trump, doesn't take too long to get back to Trump on this show, right? Did you see his chat with Jerome Powell?
I heard, is this the one where he's basically like coming out like, yo, we need these freaking rates down, dude?
Dude, I don't think it's about the rates. Like, he might have brought that up, right? But it was more about Trump found out that we're going to pay $3.1 billion to renovate the freaking Fed Reserve building. So it was like, given a budget of $2.1 billion.
This is where he better, on a national news agency post, go, why would we give $3.1 billion U.S. tax dollars for government things to a non-government entity?
Right. That's what I don't understand. So
then he will blow the dude. Watching all the news networks just fizzle out like, how do we change what he said? He's letting it all out. No, the people are gonna figure it out. Unfortunately, the people wouldn't figure it out either way. I mean, some would, but the majority would be like, oh, he's just speaking that nonsense again, or it's bad.
Unfortunately, I don't think he went there, but this is what we've dreamed for, a public shaming directly to his face. So
I think we
straight to Jerome Powell. You're like, watch this.
You're the president. Let's tune in.
With the chairman, as you know.
He's a freaking savage.
And we're just taking a look at what's happening. It's a tough construction job. They're building basements where they didn't exist or expanding.
Jerome has a look on his face like he knows his dad's about to scold him.
On TV, bro.
A lot of very expensive work. There's no question about it. And Tim has been with me for a long time, and you're in charge of the committee.
Indeed. One of the reasons I wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses, wanted to figure out why.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about $3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh wait, my normal just saying the words that I don't know about it doesn't work here because he actually had the frickin' piece of paper to like put right in front of my face like, shit, I have been checkmate, boys. I am cooked.
Or he just popped brand new Intel, dog, like right on him, dude. Like, yeah, what are you talking about?
He's got a freaking printer in his back pocket. He just hears a beep, 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 beep. Oh, hey, this is real breaking news right here, fresh off the press.
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
Bro, this is live television.
He basically just went, here, let me show you where to read your own freaking paperwork that, like, you should have all knowledge of how it comes out
this
and
was
what
a
it looks
public
like.
Shaming, dog.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look.
I don't think anyone said it was new. We said you're over budget.
Like, somehow you still use money to that building, dude.
And it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them. But we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use. But no, we don't.
A reserve at the reserve, hey?
It must be nice when you can just make reserves from your reserve whenever you want to.
Oh my god. The place that prints money is like, kid.
I got a little reserve. Like, shut the hell what do you mean? Don't act all low on yourself.
All your pensions.
We don't expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
Nice to take these off every once in a while when we're not under too much danger. So, any questions?
Mr. President, does the issue give you any?
As a real estate developer, what would you do with a project manager who would be over budget?
Generally speaking, what would I do? I'd fire him.
Do you think this issue, Mr. President, is using courts to do that?
Well, I'm here just really with the chairman. He's showing us around, showing us the work. And so I don't want to get that. I don't want to be personal. I just would like to see it get finished. And in many ways, it's too bad it started. but it did start, and it's been under construction for a long time. It's going to be a real long time because it looks like it's got a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
So,
Mr. President, are there things the chairman can say to you today that would make you back off some of the earlier criticism?
well, I'd love him to lower interest rates. Other than that, what can I tell you? The country is doing really well. I just briefed the chairman on the deal we made with Japan. Japan is putting up $550 billion in order to lower their tariffs a little bit.
Yeah, it was another big win there. But yeah, man, he's putting Jerome Powell on the hot seat there a little bit, man. Which not many of us are big fans of Mr. Jerome Powell and that Fed Reserve. So
yeah, not if you have a mortgage loan that's been made in recent years.
I couldn't tell you how many people said their mortgage and their home insurance went up in the last Joe Biden, bro, bonkers.
So I mean, for us Illinoisans, it's just been Pritzker. Why our yearly property taxes have just went up and up.
Too. So if you didn't see it, folks, Miss Lena Hobbit, I believe, or Hobbit. Hobbit stepped down as interim U.S. attorney, and then she is now the acting U.S. attorney. I feel like we talked about that maybe happening last week, so that's full official now. Is it of the district? Yeah, District of New Jersey. He says, I don't cower to pressure. I don't answer to politics. This is a fight for justice, and I'm all in. So, I mean, so far we liked, Miss Haba here and the things that she was doing being, what was it, the lawyer spokesman for Trump the whole time, when he was campaigning and whatnot. So seeing her as U.S. attorney might be a pretty dope idea here for New Jersey. So that's cool.
Yeah, hopefully bring a little backbone and integrity to Jersey.
Right? And a lot of us kind of thought that she might do better instead of Pam Bundy even. A lot of that's just because we saw her more because she was doing all the press conferences and whatnot.
So what you're saying is the people are switching from the blonde to the brunette.
Perhaps. No, I think it was from day one. Nobody in our camp liked the Pam Bundy pick, bro. Everybody was like, no.
Yeah.
Said, when you bet on tech, not being good enough to ID your face behind a mask while you're throwing bricks at ice. And then it turns out that the technology is good enough to ID your face behind a mask while you threw bricks at ice. And now you're going to jail. So the man we saw, in those LA riots and that video that was pretty viral of just, yucking bricks right at the ice cars, right? Yeah, no, they ID'd this man somehow, allegedly. And, he's going away, bro. I believe it's multiple years.
Fafoing.
Yeah, right. That's what that's called, bro.
Real fafoing.
Damn, bro. They even got some cinematography, slow-mo shots.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have... Hey, you know what? He's going to have some nice, crispy, cool AC, though.
Dang, bro. I thought it was
never going to feel that heat, but, yeah, he's in a concrete dungeon for quite a long while, and his life just got a whole lot shittier.
That's allegedly this guy? I don't know, man, but they all figured out their face identity crap was off and they got him, but hopefully it was correct. So, reminder, folks, if you don't think anybody's watching, somebody's watching.
Somebody's going to see something.
Oh, man. The goods and bads of police security state, right?
Man.
Okay, here we are. This is my headliner here, folks. So I was like, whoa, wait a second. 20 FBI whistleblowers saying that Obama rigged the Russia Gate BS, a.k.a. the election.
That must be a lot of people who are fearing their lives on the line.
That's, that's what you would imagine, right? Because, usually you're whistleblowing because, what? Your morality finally, broke and you had to do it? Or
when it's 20, I feel like a bunch of them got threats, and one of them asked one of the others and was like, "Did you get a threat?" "Oh, yeah, maybe we should ask them." And they just kept asking. They realized a bunch of them had threats on them. They're like, all right, so the only way out of this is we all fucking leak.
Or trying to get a plea deal.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I come out in front of this, because like when they start looking into Obama, shoot, I might be thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna come out first. Like, so who we got this from here? Real Robert. 20 CIA, FBI, well, it's between the CIA and the FBI. Interesting. Have blown the whistle, confirming that Barack Obama and his chief of staff, CIA Director John Brennan, created the false Russia hoax, doctored intelligence to overthrow the duly elected president of the United States in 2016 and locked the report in the CIA vault for nearly a decade.
The Real Robert guy is pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's him. He had one recently where he was smoking a stogie, wearing a suit, and just absolutely lighting up whatever's ass it was he was talking about. But he had to be like in his garage. He kept spitting on the floor, like in his disgust of what had been going on, whatever he was talking about. I'm just thinking, like, this dude just spitting on his own floor. I mean, I guess it's all right if it's the garage floor, but it's still it hits my tism. Like, why are you going to spit on your floor? Like, what? Why spit on your floor? That's nice. Why don't you spit on another floor somewhere else?
Anyway, he seems like a fellow friend of the show, citizen journalist.
It was a good segment that he. I liked his enthusiasm about his disgust.
He continues here and says on March 21st of 2017, Devin Nunes traveled to the White House and informed President Trump that he was being overthrown. So then the following day, the 22nd of 2017, he stood alone, holding an unexpected press conference confirming that Barack Obama had spied on Trump and the Trump campaign. So, like, he did that in 2017, and that's when we all said, well, like, hey, aren't we going to look into that, dude? And then in April of 2017, Devin Nunes was forced to resign from the House Intelligence Committee's Obama-Russia inquiry because Paul Ryan is a piece of garbage. So essentially, we had a guy blow the whistle back in 2017, and then nothing was done.
And which
about
one's Paul Ryan? I'm getting
what the?
Which one's Paul Ryan? Let's look up Paul Ryan.
Looking up Paul Ryan.
Oh, interesting. Is he? What's his generalities?
Served as the 54th Speaker of the United States House of Representatives from 2015 to 2019. Wow. So he was the House Speaker before Nancy Pelosi.
And during President Trump's.
Yeah, during Trump's presidency. Ooh, he ran alongside Mitt Romney. So he is one of those perhaps Republican in name onlys.
Whoa, he's from Janesville. Interesting.
He lost to Barack Obama running with Mitt Romney. So he was running for VP? That's right. That's probably why the name's familiar too, huh? I barely remember that because I didn't pay attention to politics back then because it was a one-party system, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a little sprinkle of hope now, folks, because we're busting down things and getting people like whistleblowers here coming out talking more about the Obama-Russia collusion with Hillary Clinton. I just hope to God we can keep the pressure on this, bro. Like, God bless. God bless.
I'm here for all the Jamaican vibes.
Amen. Come on, man. Aren't we going to arrest anybody, man? You got the bad guy. He did the thing. You put him in the jail.
Hit him with the bomber clot.
Oh, yeah.
Blink 182.
Really
what a
like
time trip.
You know, super duper pop culture thing show here, so we don't got to go too long. But, you know, Ozzy Osbourne dies. Doesn't really get me going. You know, Ozzy was cool. Music was neat, but he was a little demonic in the early days, and he like ripped off that, you know, pigeon's head with his mouth. And
yeah,
you know,
he did some weird things, but
I never heard any stories of him doing anything awesome for humans and people. And
oh, dude, yeah,
like,
no, you just didn't
maybe
look
a little bit.
You just didn't look into him enough to
because he's like rich.
Like I think he's had some real spiritual battles in his life.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure at the end
he was rocking the cross.
He was on the light side of things,
which
was
is almost
good.
like too little, too late, because people only do it when they're getting close to dying.
I mean, hey, it's never too late, though.
Never too late, right?
Yeah.
Because the Hulk passes away, And personally, I felt more, oh, shoot, bro. That guy was like from day one, like, make sure to go work out and eat your vitamins, kids. We're gonna run.
Yeah. Did you see what all the lefts were posting once he died?
Oh, bro, they were all trying to talk shit, like say he's racist.
Yeah.
Oh,
another racist leaves us. Goodbye.
And so my point is,
whatever.
He must have done more good, and then also is a known Trump supporter comparative to Ozzy. So I'm way more sad to see Mr. Hulk go than a Mr. Ozzy. You know, sure, neat guy, you know, whatever. Doesn't make me sad.
Dude, the whole brother.
That's a bummer.
It hits a whole different thing now.
I'm saying.
Letting out a brother.
I'm saying. But yeah, dude, the left was all talking nonsense, right? Because he was an open Trump supporter and definitely helped with the, last election, man. He was there for the rallies. He did the Hulkamania thing, and it was all after, Trump got shot at and shit like that.
How much you want to bet he was working on a documentary of some sort?
He was working on a company where they were doing wrestling professional. So they have to call it something different because pro wrestling's already kind of like we know it's
that could get into some other conspiracies.
So he was
there's
doing
already a whole lot of conspiracy behind how WWE went down.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that actually might be some possible nostalgia back into that.
Their first thing was going to be in August, bro, and he made a video like the day before he passed away, and he seemed like absolutely with it. So super bummer, man, that he had a heart attack.
Man, that makes me almost a lot more suspicious on it now.
But this was just one of the
he was only 71.
One of the cool ones that came across was Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He kind of posted his little like eulogy kind of thing. But he was like, yeah, dude, I was a little kid, 12 years old, saw the Hulk at Madison Square Garden, and the Hulk like ripped off his headband and threw it in the crowd, right? And then so like The Rock went to see him later. I can't remember. It doesn't make sense if he was young or like older, but he went to the Hulk and was like, yo, dude, check out this OG headband I got. He was like, oh my God, that's like the OG headband, dude. Oh my God, I don't have any more of those. Like, can I have that? And I'll get you another one, man. Like I want that. And then the Rock said, Hulk was always there for him, blah blah blah, and shit like that. So pretty cool. And then if you're a big wrestling person, I feel like all my wrestling homies have definitely been pretty tore up on this one.
Did you see my favorite post was Bam tagged one random day the Hulk posted on Bam Margera's page like, brother, like rest in peace, like we're like I remember hanging out with you here and there and you were a great dude, like I hope to eventually see you again one day, man. But Bam was alive, he didn't die. And so Bam comments back like, hey, like good to see you care so much about me, brother, like but I'm right here, it's all good, I'm still alive. And so he ended up tagging that, basically made a very similar post like, dang, like man, it's gonna really suck that you're gone, Hulk, that we had a lot of good times together. Yeah, but there was no Hulk to unfortunately comment, I'm still here, man. Like, nope, it was actually one of
that's a wholesome haha on somebody's death, man. God.
Yeah, like, oh man, silly Hulkster, and damn, now he's actually on the other end of that.
And then I was also thinking like he didn't have no like weird scandals other than the weird sex tape thing that Gawker exposed, but then he sued him out of oblivion, and now like Gawker doesn't exist any longer. There's a bunch of old Gawker employees griping about it.
What was that? Like, I think if I remember, like that was like something like he cheated on his wife, kind of sort of thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not
cool,
it's,
man.
Yeah,
but...
it's never not cool. But how often it happens is like the right. I mean, it's just
I'm
like
saying on a degree of terribleness. Like it's like this terrible. He wasn't in too many scandals where he was like harming other people.
I feel like these people only get like shamed really, and out of the guys that do it, it's only the ones that are popular that end up getting shamed for it. All the rest of it, it's like common, like it happens way too often. But if God forbid you're popular, then you're really then you're actually bad for doing it. Other than that, it's like everybody seems to be doing it, and I'm just saying, like, they don't.
Well, that's
they don't
communism destroying our society, making it okay.
They don't get, like, people don't see it, so they don't get refuted for it because nobody knows about it really. It's only like the wives' friends and all that. So, like, yeah, it's the same, like, level of stuff. It's just not the level it should be for when you do such a deed.
So we got our
this is the one I was talking about earlier that I thought was the other one. Yeah. So they're already out there working. Hillary and her gang is doing their thing, deleting files. You're one of your favorite guys here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's slipped off on me just like Candace Owens, and then coincidentally they're buddies, and then he's on her show a lot. But I've been kind of like mixed reviews on his posts the last month.
But yeah, he does a pretty.
Doesn't mean we baby bathwater here,
yeah,
folks.
no, because he does some good researching. Yeah.
Epstein connections off of Wikipedia right now. I was working on something for a little documentary today and went to go and look at Bill Clinton's Wikipedia page to get the number of times he flew on Epstein's plane. And it turns out that Epstein is only mentioned one time on Bill Clinton's Wikipedia page. And it's in the footnotes.
Well, of course, man. I can't remember the chain, but this thing is like connected to some interesting people, and it definitely seems to swing one way on.
Man, there's been a lot of loud, distracting stuff on the news lately, huh? Yeah, almost to try to keep you from looking on the files and realizing that they're deleting stuff. They're rewriting history books.
Jennifer Epstein, Clinton family speeches netted as much as $26 million. Excuse me? So I went to the Wayback Machine and found out when did they delete all of this. Because it used to mention Epstein 47 different times. Because there used to be a whole section about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, which was, shall we say, extensive. And so it turns out sometime on July 22nd, someone deleted all of Bill Clinton's connections to Jeffrey Epstein from Wikipedia. And ever since July 22nd of this year, no Wikipedia editor has saw fit to change that. That is despite numerous witnesses extensively documenting Bill Clinton's friendship with Epstein and his indulgence in the services. That is despite Bill Clinton threatening news publications for talking about it. Bill Clinton being photographed numerous times with his buddy. Bill Clinton being photographed with girls. Jeffrey Epstein literally had this painting of Bill Clinton in his apartment. Can't imagine what that means. But it's just weird timing. Why do you think Bill Clinton is having his Epstein section deleted from Wikipedia right now? I mean, all that I can come up with is Hillary's up to some shit. But what do you think is going on?
Well, this is actually an old video because he has long hair. This is not like a right now, this moment.
So is that July 22nd of 24 or
Maybe
what?
Yeah. No, it's probably after. So in between July and now.
Well, click either the comments or like the info on the video, man, it'll show its actual air date.
Yeah, how do you get that?
Click the comment button.
Because like it's popping back up in the feed, probably because of the content discussing in like right now, because it's got fresh stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have a comment that's old.
Nah, it's just all surfacing the new ones up here.
Maybe, yeah. Where the heck does it show the date? Hey, click the little 3 dots. See if it has like a details thing.
Nah, save copy, support, something isn't working. You won't tell me when the piece of content's from. Yeah, they stopped dating things, bro, so like piece of content can last and people think it's new.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. But they were clearing it up either way, dog. And that's the point.
Maybe he
cleared it out in preparation of anything ever coming out.
Nobody noticed that his hair went from super short to super long just all of a sudden. Cyborg Transformers. Dudes in disguise.
He's been cloned, and that's why I don't like him anymore. Answers that question.
Oh, who's the Billy Tyson? I forget the guy's name, but they're apparently he might be the most recent Kanye cyborg little shimmy in. Billy Carson.
Nah.
Yeah.
Aliens guy?
Yeah.
They're saying that he got cloned out?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Like he looks different. He's acting different when he's talking and shit.
Well, he had
now.
that crash out where he like aided in that debate with the hardcore Christian guy. Did you follow any of that?
I think I've seen snippets of it, but I didn't follow it super hard.
Inside baseball.
But I mean, like, still, how do you like when he looks totally different? I mean, I know some people can go through an experience and like change a little bit, but yeah,
It just so happens to be all these
it's
celebrity people.
just like the Kanye thing. People are like, "Oh, look, this is different. That's different." Carries himself a little differently.
Yeah, man. IPR says he got 7 kids, man. Groceries are expensive AF. I bet.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've went down. Have they went down nearly enough? No.
No.
Like it just that is something they can't exactly control as government right now. Is just telling the corporation how much profit they can rake in, which gets complicated because they're all public companies. So if they do something against the betterment of their company, it's technically illegal. So they're kind of by the balls probably in that. Like they should lower prices, but can they legally? Since that would be technically going against betterment for the company because there's less money coming in. And if people are paying right now and it hasn't shown degrowth, it would probably be something that they're not allowed to do, maybe.
What part wouldn't be allowed?
Lowering their prices. Because that would cut
Make
their
them less
revenue.
money.
Yeah. Which, as you know, a public company, they have to
fiduciary responsibility to make more money, dude.
Yep. So
that's why prices never go down, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be like, oh, we're gonna lower prices to like help get more business or something. Don't worry, we'll make more money in 3 to 5 years.
The only way to combat it is private business.
Right. And that in control is why Elon took Twitter private immediately.
And another reason why it's important for everybody to get some business knowledge on how businesses work, business law, how businesses are so different from being a employer. Employee.
What sucks is Tesla's a public company, so it's like only a matter of time before that thing sucks too. As soon as it's done with innovation or something, I don't know. Blah blah blah. Black pill. So this is actually funny because 2 stories actually happened this week, but this one I said. This week's trend from women is now the opposite of how it all started. So they used to say, why doesn't any guy, or why do all these random guys just hit on me, right? Like the whole feminism catcalling thing that they were pissed off about, right?
Yeah.
Well, now we've got chicks that are saying, why doesn't a guy just randomly hit on me in public? And it was like a trend of the week. So just like a bunch of chicks like posting like, no guy will approach me in public. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. That's been kind of happening for a while now.
Right? That was like in the feed last week. And it was like, well, you know, like the obvious, like, duh, like you guys went too hard and like scared the bejesus out of any guy, the Me Too thing. Like every dude that walks up to any chick is a creep, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right? And so I just thought this was like, there wasn't a lot this week. And I was like, oh, maybe this will be something to talk about. Right? Little did I know. A day or 3 later, there would be this app that apparently is a new app for women to sign up on, and to verify that you were only a woman, they would take your state ID. So you'd have to put in like your driver's license, say, right? You'd have to put in a state ID to prove you're a woman. So men are not allowed on this, okay? Like explicitly, okay? And the T app is literally an app where they can go on here and dox dudes and talk mad shit about them. So we wonder why men don't want to approach women when you make an app and you go on it. But wait a second. I just told you a story about an app, Dan. Why do I have pictures of the people? Did these women talking shit about men secretly take these screenshots and share them on the? Oh wait, so a couple days later, the app was hacked. Jesus. All of the information about these women has such been released onto the internet. Not only the state ID, right, but also their GPS location data of when they registered and signed up for the app.
And a bunch of dick pics?
Probably zero.
I would think they'd just be throwing around like there's. I was gonna
Don't
make a
date
joke.
this one. Here's the picture.
There's probably more dick pics in that app than there is Grindr, dude. Because they're just talking shit about a bunch of them.
Well, and then the ish talking, bro, is like, you know, the ads. Here's a pretty woman, 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 you know? And then the leaked pictures of the users, bro, are like, I mean, in your defense, they did their hair, they did their makeup, okay? Like, we're
totally not mean here on the show. No comments.
We've all seen the difference between a woman without makeup and a woman that just without makeup up, bro. Like, so these chicks,
they're all beautiful ladies. They just, we're all beautiful in our own skin.
There's some guy that,
unfortunately, there are some ways to categorize certain types of beauty, and they might not be on some of them boards.
So these poor women that thought this was going to be a safe space and took a no makeup profile picture, dog, all on the internet, bruh. Like, it's all on the internet, bruh. Like, all of it.
Some dude found out that some girls were talking shit about him, and that's all it took. Some dude was like, they think they got one on us. Watch.
Jared. Yo, Jared.
I know she's got a picture of her without makeup and a filter on there. I'm going to show her. She thinks she can talk shit about a picture of me. Well, watch this, Jared.
I'm literally texting my nerd Jared right now, and I'm calling in the favor for the time that this guy was about to get his ass beat, and I saved him because I'm his jock. It's like a big brother relationship. So, we're gonna get Jared to hack this app and take my profile down real quick because the other bad news, man, and I guarantee I guarantee it's coincidence. It has nothing to do with the sex of the person, but it's a female CEO who created the app. And apparently nobody thought they should consult Jared on the security of this. Nobody got a boy nerd involved in this. I don't know.
The guys aren't going to want anything to do with this. Are you kidding me? They're going to go, oh, you're gossip? Like, ew, like keep me 1,000 miles away. Now when we find out you talk shit about us, then all of a sudden we're Navy SEAL Team 6 and we're going to fully infiltrate and exit out. Bravo Echo Tango.
God bless, bro. So that's really unfortunate. So I think it's accidental funny that I thought it was somewhat interesting that the trend this week was like, why do guys like not approach me? And it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have like, C word, resting C word face, or
dude, I feel
maybe
like
you
that
shouldn't
was
talk ish about guys because they're horrified. If you go on a date, they're going to go to a stupid app and be like, this guy's a horrible, terrible, mean person. Horrible.
I almost feel like the woman who started this was a girl that got bullied by the pot. It was like one of those situations like the nice, like slightly nerdy girl got picked on by all the popular mean girls. And so she grew up. She got really smart. She's like, these girls always talk shit about me. Watch this. Makes an app where all the girls sign up, and then girls know how to get at girls the most. Like us guys, we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna hit them with like,
you're a dumb B
with
word.
one of those pies in the face. It's gonna like wreck their makeup. They're gonna be absolutely horrified. But what a girl's real fear is like, no, you have a picture of me without my makeup. Like they completely melt down. So this girl knew that. She was like, how can I get these girls vulnerable? Like, I'm going to make this thing where they feel comfortable. So they're going to upload pictures of themselves without makeup. And then all of a sudden it's going to get hacked, by this alleged like hacker, even though he's my best friend. Like, she set the whole thing up. She said it's a whole sting operation for all these girls to talk shit about like her, because girls never forget.
What if she voted for Trump and she's anti-feminism?
She was hoping the girls from her high school signed up on there and started talking shit just so she could have. She did the whole thing just so she could log this one. Yeah, just to log this story of these girls talking about 74 when they talk shit about this girl. She now has it on actual like real evidence of it. It wasn't just a conspiracy of the girls group back in high school. And then she took their own makeup pictures, posted on the internet for everybody to see, and she was like, "Hi, I've ultimately got back in my my high school nemesis." Like, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that's really what this whole thing was.
F you, Linda, for making chicks get that angry. Golly, man. This guy had a snarky good one. Karma brewed stronger than the tea they asked for.
Ooh.
But Tim had a good point. Watching the Tim Cast go over this one, you know. Actually, ladies, if you're looking for a nice man, you should probably pull up a bunch of these, internet documented screenshots of the shit talking they were telling about these guys. And you should probably just date the ones they talk the most crap about.
Probably.
Because it's probably reverse, though, right?
They're probably the most nicest guys.
Very possible,
More
especially
likely.
if the chicks were like this. You know, like, hey, anecdotal story. Got a friend. He says, yeah, man, one of these times I went on a date and the chick asked me for my credit score. And I was sat there for a second. I thought about it and I said, well, the credit score is good enough to pay for this last date. And I was like, damn, you said that though?
As long as my credit score isn't lower than your body count, I don't think we have issues either way here. You could hit them back with that. So, doesn't matter what my body count is, because if your body count is bigger than my credit score, look, we both got issues, and we got to look the other way and just be happy for each other's company at that point.
So what do you think that woman's, review of my buddy on the T-app would have been? Screw this guy. He's got little penis energy. What do you think his credit score? What a horrible man. So ladies, just find those reviews and then hit that dude up. Put it in a reverse image search, trying to find his Facebook.
If you've had a lot of abusive relationships and you want the opposite of that, definitely go find those guys, because they will definitely give you the reverse of that.
Man,
the total opposite of abusive relationship, it definitely comes from some guy that got screwed up in his last one.
And if you're really trying hard, for extra points, make sure you read her entire review, because you may get little tidbits of how to just, what the guy actually does like. And then, that you might be in right away. Like, no problems. Like, smooth.
Basically hypnotize him, in other words.
You trick him, yes.
Do your female trickery that you do.
Doing all the things I like, and she's like, hasn't asked me the credit score yet.
I think the universe has sent the one.
I might have to marry this one. God dang. Yeah, bro, I can't believe it, bro. Somebody dumped this all onto a torrent, bro. Dang, 19 gigs of info.
What flag are they repping? What country?
59.
What country is this anonymous hacker from?
Yeah, is this Spain? I want to say that.
I want to say it is, yeah.
What is red, yellow, red with a thingy in the middle? We tried Grok that one time, and it wasn't the best at figuring it out, right?
It sure looks like it. Unless the symbol is different and we can't zoom in to see that well on that one.
Right.
We're just gonna assume. Just like remember the flag of Rockford University, thinking it was the one.
Like, we tried looking that up on Grok and it didn't do the greatest. Yeah. What did it end up being? Ghana?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Ghana.
Yeah, thought it was Palestine or something.
Palestine, bro? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I get it's a college, but
hopefully you watching the show, Dieter. You know what we talking about.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds. My Rumble chat is broken. If y'all are hanging out in the Rumble chat, what do you guys think about the T-app getting hacked?
The chat be rumbling. Only if you guys participate.
Hey, man, another way to keep the lights on is drop us a Rumble rant. If you got a spare buck and you like the show and you're liking the awareness we're attempting to bring peoples when you share the show out. Bro, we told them how to spend money, but we forgot to tell them the free way to share to help the show, bro.
Share the show, you hoes. Yeah, Boost was loading there for a second. I'm going to say, Jungle's been bringing the rumble in the chat tonight.
You got that rumble in the jungle, and it's all right.
If there's a rumble in the jungle, it could mean many things, mostly dangerous things.
Unless it's the, vlogging Yeti. Like,
oh, dude, oh, man. Whoever came up with the idea to do that series is props to them.
All I know is I follow
series.
The kid who might have done it for the guy or is doing it himself because he gives you the entire playbook in the back end of how to use the AI to generate the image and automatically create the script and like automatically like do it all through like an automation. And I was like, that's insanity.
He's giving you the prompts.
That's insanity. Well, in like all the other programs in between that you link together or some ish, I was like, damn.
Thank God for nerds.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, the WWE put out a big tribute to the Hulk. It was pretty cool.
Oh, dang.
I gotta finish it.
Don't make me, let's not watch it here. It'll make me shed a tear on the show.
It was definitely a little bit like a
tear jerker.
Man, got the goosebumps. God dang, man, because it's like all of the wrestlers go out to the ring and blah blah blah.
Dang. Props to them. And that is why WWE is that big, man. They just like they've always been like brothers and family for the most part. It's been literally a real life soap opera, other than the entertainment of like fighting. You know, I mean, the contact is still real. It's like fake fighting, but I mean, it's still like you're fight acting. It's still a whole crazy thing to put your body through. Oh, the amount of noses actually broken in that.
I'll never forget. What's his face, bro? Man, what was the dude that did the figure 4 leg lock and he fell and hit the turn? The dude that fell when they were going to drop him in on the line and he fell and he hit the turnbuckle.
I don't.
You remember that one? It was when we were young growing up, man. Yeah.
I want to say like I kind of know which, but I couldn't say exactly which wrestler it was. I didn't know he fell onto a turn. I thought he was like supposed to go down on the like swing off the cage on the ladder and then like came down.
Nah, bro. It was like they stopped dropping people in like Sting back in the day where they drop them down from the rafters, right? They stopped doing it after this, dude. Yeah, Owen Hart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his move was like the figure 4 leg. I was like an OG little kid wrestler guy.
Man, my buddy Spencer loved WWF. When it was WWF back in the day, absolutely loved it. I never was like that into it myself, but like the only time I really got into it was because he liked, so I like at least made an effort to try to like learn it a little bit. Because he always wanted to mess around with WWE. Like he had a video game for like all sorts of stuff, so I was at least going to like learn a little bit because he was so dang into it. A lot of my friends were, but I was like never that into WWF and WWE.
Yeah, me and my brother was into it, watching it, and then playing the video game when we were young and stuff.
And I don't know why it like kind of was just like, like I think it was the like, I mean, even back then you knew it was fake fighting. I already heard like that it was fake. Right. It's like, again with the like, it's real, but it's fake. It's because choreographed.
Yeah. Scripted.
Yeah, so I'd rather watch the real martial arts stuff. But since it was choreographed, I ended up going, I'm just going to watch the ones that are super choreographed and all look super cool because it's made perfect because it's put into movies. And I'm going to watch all the, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan movies instead.
You see, I stopped watching it because I realized that I'm into truth.
Yeah.
Big one in the culture win, ? Things happen in cycles, so it's not like, it's gone. And then like, maybe there's nothing wrong with like promoting like overweight models and like saying, hey, you fatty, you can look cool too in our clothes, like nothing wrong with it or nothing, right? However, it does seem that the culture has started to shift because now instead of like the diversity marketing. We've got, Nike did the overweight black woman having a good time, just doing a little dance. Cool. She looks sweet. This year we're going with a father and his little baby son on the golf course. Interesting.
Quite a switch in moods there.
And to continue in a very switchy kind of mood, American Eagle has also switched things up.
Oh, well, look at that.
So if you haven't
Quite
heard,
the difference.
Unfortunately,
I feel like we're back in middle school and high school.
It's like
everyone's
like a
not
back
you,
to,
old guy.
Hot chick, hot chicks and the models and the, da da da. What was it? What's her name? Sweeney. So she's getting canceled over this now. So like the woke mob is like, you're hot and you did like a sexualized
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney, yeah. And so now they're calling her a Nazi. She's a horrible, terrible person because she showed people that she had some knockers and they're like, she's hot, so buy the jeans. What's really funny though is they said she has great genes with a J, when many people on the internet were also pointing out she has great genes with a G.
Both true.
Both can be true, right? But they switched it up, bro, because apparently, where is it? Sydney Sweeney's very good with cars too. She just fixes the car, wipes her hands on her ass.
Sydney Sweeney.
And then hops in the freaking GT, by the jeans.
I'd say they're the jealous American Eagles taking all the money right now.
Who are they selling to, bro?
Oh, and she peels out, dude. Ha! You about to see me shopping at American Eagle again.
All the dudes just were like, "Did you order the American Eagle jeans? Hold on. I'm trying to order them on the interweb. Hold on."
I feel like American Eagle has the nostalgia to its name back.
You do this all the time, right? There's shit showing up at the front door all the time. Can you help us get the jeans, please? We need the jeans. Do you become like her? How's this work?
We need good jeans for our jeans. We need
advertisements, man. Nothing to do with the jeans, but they went back to the hot chick in a car. That's hilarious.
It's almost like they realize there's a lot of men in this country too.
Nah, bro, chicks like this shit too, dog. Because what men like, chicks like, that's how the thing works. God bless, man. That's how it's worked for centuries.
Yeah.
And then you try to separate that shit to break down the nuclear family, man.
I mean, the car, that's the girl. And then the engine in the car.
I think the
Bing,
only
bang,
thing,
boom, all guys were hooked just like that.
The only
thing,
thing,
damn, I need to shop at American Eagle. What a man! Whoever created the choreography for this commercial, needs a raise.
Pants are terrible. They're crazy. The whole '90s crazy giant pants thing.
Dog, hey, just give it a couple years. It'll change again because haven't you realized? The fashion trends is just a revolving cycle.
Yeah, 100%.
It goes from baggy to short to tight to it's just this revolving thing of styles. Some people are lagging, some people are ahead of the time, which are the fashion breakers.
Right.
And that's all there is to it. And it's just
I'll never forget how many stories my
there's
mom
still
told
dudes
me.
wearing New Balances and jorts driving Corvettes. Always going to be a thing.
Right.
Never going out of style.
Well, you got your hanger inners till it comes back around, But I'll never forget how many times my mom told me stories of cutting up her jeans and putting patches in them and doing crazy shit because that was edgy and weird and shit. And then we go to the store for the first time when grunge popped off and they came with tears and and holes in them already. And she was just like what?
And this is probably why some people think Western society is poison for our life because then you're in a tribe in the Amazon and your skin is your clothes, and so you're not necessarily.
Why would you put holes into the jeans? I do not get it.
What am I going to patch a piece of my ass skin onto my leg just for shits and giggles? Doesn't sound practical to me. Doesn't sound edgy or cool.
Me. Now things go in the holes. I don't get it.
Infection that leads to death is not edgy to me. That's very stupid.
So, have you ever heard a homeless person's opinion on the new Trump's executive order that's cracking down on homelessness?
No. I bet it's an interesting take.
It is very interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not that against it.
Restoring order. Okay. He's pivoting by defunding and dismantling the Housing First policy and reallocating funds for shelters, recovery programs, and detox.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that. It's time. We have been given so many housing options. Homeless people, it's our fault, to be honest, if we're not in a home, for the most part. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, we could all be in a place.
And you know what I think about it is I think this is what he's really trying to do is he's finally, the president is going to empower the homeless, not enable them.
Yeah, that's what it's been doing. We've been enabled. We're getting everything handed to us and not given a reason to do better.
Yeah, if you're just listening, we've been enabled. We're getting handouts. Everything's handed to us.
Not given a
reason to do better.
So you support this?
Not necessarily him, but
had to make clear that wasn't supporting Trump, but was supporting the idea of getting rid of the handouts for homelessness.
Man,
I know it sounds like you're being a humanitarian, giving homeless people stuff.
Give her props. And the world works in weird ways. The other day, stopped at a gas station coming back from the track. There's this guy, a younger guy, looked like maybe a little strung out, but still gave him a little bit of cash. And then my buddy, his brain was actually working. I forgot we just got gifted 2 whole pizzas from the track, and like one was going to be for him to possibly eat shit food and like bring shit food. You know, like he's got to really like watch what he eats, like to be healthy and whatnot. I'm still a garbage can for the most part. So yeah, right, yeah, still not the best, but I can I just end up dealing with it a little better, probably because I'm just younger and fast metabolism. Yeah. But then like he seen me give some to him, was like he had hungry on. It was like, oh yeah, because they weren't in my car, so my brain forgot all about the pizzas. And he was like, yo, grab one of the pizzas. I'm like, shit, that's a great idea. This dude's gonna be happier than hell. So he came over with like a whole pizza, just like all. It was like, what are the odds that we had a whole freaking brand new pizza? This guy was sitting there, so just felt like the universe was actually working in a good tune that day.
That's what's up.
He seemed pretty damn happy chowing down on that pizza. He seemed pretty hungry. But yeah, it sucks to like, at least she was, not everybody like, well, it sucks how David Goggins you want to get about it too. It's like, yeah, things happen and put you in that place, but at the end of the day, like, you're a result of your decisions. So, you know, even though if you got kicked a bunch of times, like maybe it was the fight harder. You just now, maybe didn't fight harder back then. Now you're in the position, just fight a little harder.
Right.
Like just get a plan put together, start executing, you can get yourself out of that hole. But yeah, a lot of what it's basically been if somebody was giving you free food, but it's crappy food, and compared to you having to work really hard to like, that's the whole dangerous thing that people don't understand about communism. You start giving it out to them. There's no extra work. So then we just like we slump down as a society,
right?
And just by naturality.
Yep, I think that the teacher grading papers example is like the best. So it's like, hey, we're gonna grade things like this because of the like high people that do the work in the class. So then the high people in the class go, well, why am I doing all this work? So then they stop working hard, they test bad, and now everybody gets an F. And it's like, that's just how it works every time, dude. It's just human condition. The people that do all the work are going to get sick of it and say, oh, why am I doing this? Stop working, system collapse.
Yeah.
That's essentially what we have right now, in my opinion, going down.
Yeah.
Because then that's what's tricky about the homeless situation, too, is like I work with people that aren't homeless on a daily basis. And in my 38 years on this planet, I've come to the decision that people do not do big changes to help themselves even without a, like metaphoric gun to head,
big brother, mentor, and yeah. So you gotta have a nudge, and that either comes from a big enough nudge outside force as a person, or the nudge of hitting realization of like, hitting enough rock bottom where they're tired of it.
Some kind of a like repercussion if you don't do it. Oh, you're gonna be a loser.
It's weird. That'd be a thing. I think psychologists could have an interesting time studying. Is like what programs the brain to take so much, like, because that's an incredible showing of like you just like let something roll off your back, which is basically like the things going by that's putting you behind, and you're just like not like, if the brain just that one little piece of not dealing with and want to go the other way.
Right. Oh, bless you.
Oh, thank you. Like they would be total opposite of where they're at, but like they have incredible persistence. It's just in the wrong direction.
Right. And then how many times have we all made jokes of like, that crackhead or those evil, digital thieves just put their efforts towards something positive. Gosh darn it.
Yeah,
they'd probably be doing a lot better.
Yeah, and that's, I was going to say, it just only comes back to positivity versus negativity.
Yeah. So instead of like robbing people and then like selling the stuff to the pawn shop to go get crack, like, get a couple bucks and start just flipping stuff to garage sales, man.
Right,
like,
you got a charger cable over there. Yeah, hand me one of them. There's the man, Dan Bonajingo.
Dan Bonajingo, keeping us up to date on his X feed. Had a weird not cryptic, but he alluded to something crazy, right? So I was wondering, what is it called when the captive tries to like blink Morse code so you know how to like save them, or they need to be saved from the bad guy, like, I don't know what the name of that is, right? But I feel like he's definitely doing that because he said, during my tenure here at the Deputy Director of FBI, I have repeatedly relayed to you that things are happening that might not be immediately visible. Yeah, I tried to. Did he like change this, bro? So I tried pulling this up to show my mom, and I couldn't find it. He originally posted. Am I just lazy and not reading it all the way? He originally posted like, "I'm shook to the core again at all the corruption I've found in here. Like, I can't even begin to explain. Oh my gosh! Like, we are going to conduct these righteous." Cannot predict. Yeah, bro. I feel like he edited it after it went back. It blew it up. They were like, "Bro, you can't say that." He like had to edit it or something. Interesting.
Oh,
what
no,
I have learned in the course,
it's the middle paragraph.
But what I have learned in the course of our properly predicted and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters has shocked me down to my core. We cannot run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I have learned. Yeah, duh, right there. Just being lazy and not reading it. So everybody's squawking. What in the hell is he talking about, bro?
Squawk, 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 squawk.
Is Trump corrupt? Let's ask Grok and see if it has been upgraded or not. Based on extensive evidence, 2025 sources, including DOJ changes, weakening anti-corruption units, family profiting from crypto and foreign deals, and executive orders halting FCPA enforcements, yes, Trump has engaged in corrupt practices like self-dealing and abusing power for personal gain. These are substantiated by Reuters, NYT, and Brookings report. Oh, all of the professional lying news journalism bullshit organizations.
Okay, Grok. I mean, you're not lying if you're looking at just those news articles.
But it's not corrupt. It's just people profiting from positions they're in.
You mean narrative building? Narrative building as well.
Is family profiting? Well, if you have a family that has a business in America, then you do things that are good for the business that's in America. Yeah. If it was Obama, I'd probably be critiquing them. Right. But we're all squawking. What is it that Mr. Dan Bonajingo here will never be the same after learning what he just learned? We're all sweating him now on the interwebs, waiting for him to come out with that one.
All we can do, keep sweating him. I was
going to pull up. He had a pretty awesome banger update here for us, folks. So if you're looking for, positivity, or if you're looking for something to share somebody to prove a point, having a nice, good discussion, trying to help bring awareness, right? Where is? They just took down a big sting of a woman that was colluding with, North Korea. Alongside Attorney Pirro, we announced that American citizen Christina Chapman was sentenced to 102 months in prison for defrauding 309 U.S. companies and stealing the identities of 68 Americans. She operated a laptop farm from her home, generating more than $17 million for North Korea to fund their nuclear weapons and evade our sanctions. With over 90 laptops in her home and 49 shipped overseas, North Korean IT workers were not only earning money for the North Korean government, but also accessing U.S. companies, networks, and highly sensitive data.
What the heck is a laptop farm? I feel like it's a mining operation.
Like a click farm. So click farms are like, just like a bunch of computers that are clicking on things to get views for people. So in the YouTube world, you can pay gray markety kind of companies and they'll just flood you with a bunch of views for your live to pump it up in the YouTube feed. And then if YouTube catches you, they'll ping you, So I imagine it's something like that, but it was a high level one to accrue $17 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. And then they get into these companies, man, and grab the data. That's what's tough about being such a free, open society, dog. It's like by de facto difficult to maintain, And that's why you need better people that live in it, I guess, that are going to speak up, stop bad guys right there in the mailman.
Yeah. Ooh, FBI Chicago.
Ooh, interesting.
Phoenix and Chicago.
You came from Chicago. I'm not shocked. That's pretty interesting. So there's there's some good things going down. There's some good stuff happening. Yeah, man, this was another convo I had with a friend this week, man. So they're Muslim, right? And I haven't educated myself fully about Islam, but everything I've heard has been horrible. And he was arguing that that's all extreme and that's not how it is. And just like Christianity, there's extremes and they're bad. But like Islam on its face is the better religion. And I was like, yeah, but there's a whole bunch of negative stuff attached to it, man. And I couldn't find the picture, but this is the one that I saw that, like, what are we to come to from this? So in 2000, England, Wales had 8,500 R words recorded. And then in 2023, they have 68,000 recorded. Germany goes from 8,000 to 39,000. France goes from 7,000 to 42,000. And Poland goes from 2,000 down to 1,000.
Because Poland's been kicking people out.
Right. So the details here are showing that some sort of a massive immigration into these three
Poland hasn't been letting nobody in.
Have wildly increased reportings of R words, right?
That's quite the incline.
In Poland, locking down their borders and kicking out the immigrants and not allowing them to come in has lowered the R words against women.
So weird.
I then wonder, and maybe it's just my biased news feed, what kind of people have you heard are going into England, Germany, and France?
Yeah, mostly a person of a certain religion.
I'm pretty sure they're saying that they're like all Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Like a giant wild majority is Muslims taking over France and Germany and England.
Yep.
That's all I've been hearing. So it's just all the crazy extreme ones? I was like, circumstantial stuff, like
maybe ones that they're too wild for their own country, so they got to seek elsewhere.
Yeah, right.
Their own country won't have them. So,
but then I was really
what does that say about their religion if they're mostly like that, and a whole lot of people are leaving the place just because what they see in their religion to be right isn't what they see at home because they're leaving.
Well, but then there's the whole tricky part about like Islamic rule law thing. Is very much like if you're not Muslim, then F you. And like we can do anything, including end the game of life. And so then like it'd almost be like a lot of Muslim guys went to these countries because they're like, you're not Muslim, so then I can be horrible and terrible and R-word things. But that's speculation, right?
Totally just speculation.
I was really hung up on the like, yo, dude, like they make women wrap up completely and they have like no personal identity and they can't vote and do anything. Like, and so then another interesting fact I was reminded this last week. So who voted first, black men or women?
I want to say black men.
Correct. That's kind of crazy. So that's very interesting. And so then we just let women vote more recent, where maybe that could have been a good idea, you know, like, you know, maybe women should vote, right? Like they're humans and like, I don't know if we should be like, no voting at all. But then there's good arguments for like, you shouldn't be able to vote if you don't own land or something or have some kind of vested interest in America or something.
Basically,
you know?
if you don't pay taxes, like you don't get to choose somebody that chooses how our money is spent.
Right, but then how do you steel man that for retired people that aren't paying taxes or something like?
Because they put in their time.
Like, should they still be able to vote or something? Like, once you're 65, you're good to vote or something.
Yeah, I feel like that would kind of be like seniority at a company. Like you put your time in, but so you still have
make too many rules for that one though. Then
right,
so it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's still a little less rules than the other ways that you would possibly have to rule it, but yeah, it's still tricky. They're
currently paying taxes or what? Because we don't want to be charged taxes for anything, so we have to figure out which tax we're okay with.
Yeah, so
and then you count that tax, and then you say, after this amount of tax, you're good to vote for the rest of your life, because that would cover retirement. Boom, done.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, what if you make $1 million at 45?
I mean,
and you
I feel
retire?
like the people that talk about the boomers putting us basically in the positions we are, like that's because they were still voting away after they could still vote a certain way that's different than what they would be if they were still working, yada yada. So it's like, is the currently paying taxes a better filter? Like, is it only people active tax paying that should be voting because they are most up to date in what's going on per se, but that wouldn't be true all the way across the board. Maybe, hopefully, majority, but I don't know if definitely not all the way across the board.
I think women should probably be able to vote, even though you could argue women are more likely to vote for war because they're not the ones that would probably get drafted. So then there's people that argue that one, right? But I feel like we should just not let stupid people vote. So there should be, I don't know if it's taxes or IQ or like what, but that should be the thing that filters out the voting and the non-voting, like some base level education or understanding of how the world works.
I don't know. I mean,
and then why do we let kids vote?
What? When?
Like, what if you were just not able to vote until 25?
Oh, non-frontal lobe developed.
And now science is starting to say you're not frontal temporal lobe freaking fully grown done until you're like 32. And I'm like, is that because we're making like handicapped people now, or like is that better science?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Are we de-evolutioning, or is that just because we're figuring out more things? Hard to say.
Right.
You could probably tit for tat on that one.
The brain's not done forming until you're 40. Well, that's when you start to die, bro. Like, yeah, like, duh, like. It finishes forming right before it starts to die, I bet. Like, that's how the world works.
Yeah,
but
it's always eternally growing until it goes downhill.
right.
Like, yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't know. I was stuck on the whole, like, covering up women thingy. They don't get to vote. They're very much like lesser than, and I don't know. And then we were looking up the like Saudi prince. Like they're not into like multiple wives anymore, but it's mostly because of like Western culture being most popular, so it's not cool to like have like multiple chicks. Like,
but Snow White only had one prince,
right? I'm pretty sure, man, in hardcore Muslim places, bro, they're like they don't give a rip about much nut, dude.
No, it's just their rules.
But that's my bias, so I don't know. I'm gonna look into it more, but so far, in 2 days of watching videos about like Islam religion, it's like, I'm still in my biased videos circle here. Like, these are all terrible. Like,
you gotta specifically search the opposite, otherwise the feed's never gonna.
Yeah, because everything that came up so far in my feed, I'm like, no, man. And then one of them they were going on about was like part of the Quran says this book is being made to verify the other books that you got. So we got like the First Testament, what is it? The Torah. So we got the Torah, then we got the Gospel, and then now you have the Quran, and it says like this is literally to back up these other ones, not this one replaces this one. But then like any religious text, it's like, well, you could interpret it this other way. It's like, I don't know, dude.
And go scroll down just a little bit on that page. 7. I knew it was 7. I was noticing something a little interesting. They all end in 0, 3, 9, and then there's 1, 7. Which is interesting. The only one with 7 is the one where more good stuff happened, less.
Funny too, yeah. That's interesting little numerology notice there.
Yeah.
But those numbers are drastically effed up, bro. In 3 years, England went from 8,000 R word cases to 68,000 R word cases. Like that's bonkers. That's bonkers.
I just find it bonkers how there's no ending of 8 anywhere in there, or 2. Like it's all 0s, 9s, 3s, and 1, 7.
And Dan's mathism has gone.
Oh, I think it's pattern. I think it's a pattern thing.
Pattern recognition for sure.
Yeah. Of the program's programming.
So this is the part of the show where we remind everybody that we are not medical professionals. Please seek your own medical advice. Talk to your doctor or whatever else you call those people. Because we're not medical professionals, right? That being said, it seems like people that were skeptical of, the C word jab might have been onto something, because this new study seems to show that the estimations are that it was now 10x less lives saved from the jab than what they were originally estimating. And again, sometimes we take these things and we run with them, and they're actually just estimations to begin with. So last year, the World Health Organization claimed that jabs had prevented the deaths of 14.4 million people globally in the first year alone, with some estimates putting the figure closer to 20 million. So it turns out it's like 10. So it's 10x less than what they were estimating. Now, I don't know, man. A lot of people around here, it's like, call me crazy, but kind of saw that one coming, man.
A mile away.
Estimate is 2 million. That's crazy.
That's a good schmidge of people.
That's crazy. So like now they're estimating the jab only saved 2 million, bro.
Huh. You know, that's just probably about the same amount as what would have been 0.1 of the population.
But right? Because like, what's 20, dude? 350 million. So 10% would be 35. 1% would be 3.5 million. That's crazy. So 2 million is like a little more than 0.5%. That's insanity.
Not much. I mean, sure, it's lives saved, you could say, but how
better than not?
But how
could they have been shaved without that experimental medical practice? Like, is there any other possible thing
would these,
that maybe would have also
would these
done
other
it?
things that didn't seem to have worse side effects, adding another comorbidity into the mix, because that's what was killing everybody anyways.
Right.
So if you only helped their body instead of basically just like the poison that they give you during cancer treatment,
chemo,
yeah. So instead of almost trying to kill your body enough to kill the cells off, strengthening your body to fight the cells off, I almost feel like there would have been more lives saved, and bigger winner, less people turned into Bluetooth towers.
Or like how many people, like, things went way off the rails and then have passed away since it.
Well, that's basically what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, if they would have
So we
tried these other
estimated 2 mil
treatments,
saved.
they wouldn't have died from.
Potentially, we're not medical professionals, but maybe.
Because, I mean, what is the number of lives that have been lost due to the
And you're never
vaccine?
going to figure that out because nobody would admit that.
Yep.
Like medical professionals even wouldn't. Or like, what's wild, bro, is it was monetarily incentivized to call a death a COVID death. And then immediately afterwards, it was like nothing's like that now.
Imagine
now that the jab exists, no one dies of COVID.
Even if the lives that were lost due to you could possibly blame on the jab was not even 2 million, it would just make what was spent and income that was lost make 0 sense for the number of lives. I mean, sure, we could say every life is priceless. You know what I'm saying? Like, no life has a certain price on its head. We should all be treated the same. Like, all life is just has the same opportunity to be a life. But for the money spent, for the people harmed and people that we lost, compared to if we spent a whole lot less, it would definitely make 0 feasible sense for taking the track record we did then if it were to happen again. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But we have more information now. I'm sorry. That number's global, not America.
Womp womp womp.
Homie. They're now estimating that only 2.5 million people were saved globally because of the jab.
So that now goes to the what, 0.01%?
Oh, bro.
0.005%?
Billion?
It should be almost 7 billion, if not over 7 billion, I think now.
To the Grockmeister.
Yeah, 8. Damn.
Oh, shoot, bro. We're up to 8 bill? Bruh, we're up to 8 bill?
People are starting to replicate like our freaking debt, dude. Not cool. And E out, cam E out, whatever that means.
Came face out. Brock knows how to read mistype. Globally from the COVID vaccine, what is the percentage globally? Yeah, it's got to be like 0.01, right? 2.5 out of 8 billion.
Huh.
Yeah, 0.03%.
So a little bit more than 0.01, but
insanity. Because I think it was 1% America and then 0.1 globally. Or was the numbers before? Or was it supposed to be 0.1 America, 0.01?
I thought it was 0.1 America, 0.01 global.
Well, and then also this is an estimation. And then they can just throw out things. They're like, I think this number's like good, and then the news runs with it, and everybody goes, news number. This
I mean, think about it. Us making a research paper, we have to cite our sources. What do we see of people citing their sources for all this stuff on the news? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, man? 50 ex-CIA agents said that the Hunter Biden laptop was verifiably false, bro. Sources. 50 sources.
Yeah.
Listen to them because they were like, maybe that one time.
Yeah, the sources and citations I feel like are bullshit at this point.
100%.
Like, show me some real stuff I could trust.
Fictitious
The
and
only things
fraudulent.
I could tell aren't edited and real are them pictures of Hunter driving and smoking a crack pipe.
Yeah, bro, he's like,
we need stuff like that.
He's like, bro, if that would have only happened like 3 years later, we would have just been like, it's all AI, folks.
Yeah. That ain't even real. That was AI.
Dad, hold on. I got this Yeti vlog cooking where I'm in the back cooking. I'm going to post this one and it's like, I'll confuse everybody. That'll throw them off the trail.
That'd be a great one for the Yetis.
Bro, that's crazy. I
So
can't
I
believe
invited this guy over. He said he could cook. And I was really looking forward to some chicken Alfredo. Little did I know, he made this stuff called crack. And I don't know what the heck, how he cooks it, but this stuff's got me the most energy I've ever had. I can't sleep.
Cool guy,
like
great story. Get back in the cell.
Yeah, I like the one of him cracking the energy drink. Oh, they left one of these monsters behind, man. Like, I can't sleep, so I'm up here trekking the woods.
The Yeti
Yeti figures out like what an energy drink is. Like, oh man, if only energy drinks slap that hard.
God.
They barely put a dent in energy nowadays. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, maybe I've just killed all my adrenals.
Yeah. Maybe the wings I've been trying to get myself for years have just killed all natural adrenals.
This article offends me, bruh, because we like shut down effing America and told everybody they couldn't see their dying, parents and like children and blah 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 blah. I mean, I guess like it sounds bad to say like, oh, we did all that to save a few people. It sounds bad. Save a few people, shit, bro. And like, man, I'd want to save my people I care about, but
that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, there's like the nobody's life should have a price on it. They should be priceless. But at the same time, the knowledge would have done it. Other than this vaccine push bullcrap, just the knowledge of ivermectin and all this other holistic medicine, it would have been fine.
Right.
We would have done better.
Right. Or if it wasn't like not allowed to like say the word ivermectin.
I just don't feel like America was just doing the best, trying to find the best solution. And we weren't prejudiced against what the best was. It just as long as the actual results were the best.
And back to sports, like how we opened up the show, brother. That's what you learn when you do
that's
sports.
A great flip back on back to that.
Johnny's gonna run faster than you, and that's just
like you have this cool sciencey technology that you could maybe defeat this, but look, here's the results. Unfortunately, this is actually just a thing with a virus. Ivermectin's very effective against it. So why don't we keep the simple stuff as simple as possible?
Bro, they didn't even allow that to be a choice.
Well, like that would have been the thing.
It wasn't even allowed.
That's how you figure out what the best is too.
Yeah.
You let all competitors compete.
Yeah, cool. So
But
some of you want to try that.
If you're gonna rig the championship,
right?
That can't be a real championship.
And then they're like,
there can't be an actual certified winner out of that. There's only a biased winner.
And then they say COVID jab was the winner.
Yeah.
It was the best. OMG. Invest more. Do it next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good thing we're not streaming on TikTok, because we definitely would have just got flagged right off with that a little bit.
Hey, we are not medical professionals, not medical advice. YouTube can't
False
fool us.
information.
But like that's like that's like an exact example of what we were saying, man. That's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you thought that was a great example and you're watching live and you're involved with the show and you know somebody that likes doing that, they're good with editing things, they like watch a video and taking clips out, send them our way, because we need help.
We need a clip guy.
We need clip guy.
We need a clip guy for stories like this.
Cue the Mr. Like, see, if he were to edit this show out, that'd be a great place to splice in a little thing of Mr. Krabs with the claws, like clip guy. Oh wait, no, that I actually Bender, or no, not Bender.
Zoidberg.
Well, not even him. They're the clamps,
clamps
the clamps robot. Clamps. I'm gonna clamp him.
He was the mafia.
Yeah.
He was the mafia guy.
Oh, let me give him the clamp. Come on, boss. Let me clamp him.
I just like the stabby guy.
Dude, what is it with, like, what is it about the stabby guy that's always a Family Guy?
Because he sounds like a crackhead.
The cockroach.
Entertaining.
I'm gonna cut you so bad, you're gonna wish I no cut you so bad.
Damn, there's some bad roaches.
Yeah. Like, there's just something funny about the stabby guy.
Speaking of needing a clip guy, we need a clip guy to clip this one out, folks, because allegedly,
word of the night clip.
His mother has said that he's alive. He's just laying low. But,
Mom speaking out for him.
But there is a smart young man who allegedly figured out.
This is the dude that makes the gasoline out of the plastic in, like, the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
And he started crashing out, dog.
I know that I'm not going to live long. And that's why I put every day, every hour, every minute into building, into growing. Why am I out here working on this plastic into fuel reactor I've been working on for 5 years, since I was 17? Why am I out here in 100-degree weather? Why am I out here despite being falsely accused and reported to the EPA and the IRS? Why am I out here despite weird black helicopters that turn off their radar transponder circling me 6 times at night? Why am I out here sleeping in my van, crazy humidity, mosquitoes, gnats flying in, and yet I still do it? Why am I out here despite having to drive 4 hours every time I want to work on this machine? Because when I was doing it in my parents' backyard, I blew myself up and I had to go to the hospital for 2nd-degree burn surgery. I do this because this is my mission that I've assigned myself to. I do this because I do not fear death. I do not fear suffering or uncomfortability. You know what I fear? I fear allowing an idea of something that may not even exist or happen have enough control over your entire life to where you're not even really living your life. That's the only thing I fear. And thus, I am completely set on what I want to do here, and nothing will steer my course but myself. And I am not a quitter. And now that I've set my mind on this, because I wish to liberate humanity, I wish to liberate humanity from this cycle in which we're bound by waste, in this cycle in which we're bound by division, in this cycle in which we're bound by not knowing ourselves. I wish to free us all.
You can poke holes in everything. Homie, you're bound by your vision right now, homie. You're going too hot, bro. Like, you didn't watch the conspiracy theories about all of the dudes that created free energy devices, whoopsie, like, disappearance?
Well, that's why he's doing this. So he's got a trail of, like, hey, if something happens to me, like, look, here I am.
And there's a few other kids making energy devices again, bro, trying to document the whole thing and everything.
Dude, it's I love what the nerds are doing out there right now. Have you seen the kid with the plasma cannon?
The laser?
No, it's a plasma cannon.
I'm not sure.
It's like the legit Halo weapon, bro.
Yeah.
Basically, it has this little tiny flame that it's like the pre-cooker. I'll just call it. It's like the pre-ignition source. You think it's about to be a flamethrower. This little flame comes out, and you hear the turbine on this thing winding up. And then the next thing is it shoots a burst of plasma out, and that fire ignites it, and it's basically an explosion in front. Like that's
this is like
that's some like Bill Nye the Science Guy science one. No, this one guy, it looks like a legit gun, dude.
Yeah, is it
like,
this one?
and I don't even no, it's not that one. Do you know what the plasma gun looks like from Halo? Do you remember?
No.
It's kind of like, it's got a handle in the middle, and it's got like this whole thing on top. It's got a whole thing on the bottom. It basically like has this like point where it'd form like a ball of energy at the end. Man, I should have freaking tagged it. I guess. I didn't think it would be too much relevant in the show, but that's not it either, even though it looks cool. But yeah, dude, he's got like, basically, he did a demonstration where he could have blown your fridge over from right here. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, this one was crazy. I did see this.
Like, hell
bro, what's
yes.
he doing? Like,
wow, dude. Like,
in like a street though, bro. He gonna get wrapped up real quick,
right,
man.
dude. Like, I don't think I'd necessarily want to be on the end of that. I don't think you'd die right there, but that would hurt like a couple of them shots. You probably would be dead.
Well, that was 20% power, he said.
Yeah. It looks like a thing out of Men in Black, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Which again,
Wild.
whatever we imagine and put in a movie, people will just think and want to eventually create.
Yeah.
Right.
Pow, dude. Sick.
That's a
Whoa.
whole different one.
Bam.
Yeah, that's a whole different setup.
Phaser gun, basically.
The railgun is very interesting to me. What? That's what we saw? What? Yeah, I watch this kind of stuff all the time, bro. It's bad.
This piques
I
my
love this nerd stuff, bro.
nerdgasms,
Like,
dude.
yeah, I love this nerd stuff, bro. You seen the laser one, bro? That was the one I was talking about.
Like, which one are you talking about? The laser
kid.
Oh, the laser kid. Yeah, dude. Making some stupid powerful laser in his like garage or his parents' garage.
He's moved out now. He's got his own crib and everything. This dude. This was a good one. This was a good one. If you're into this stuff, you should watch this one for sure, bro. It's bonkers.
Science is a hell of a thing.
The thing about
it's bonkers, bro.
it melted like a big old blob. I think it like beat the daylights out of the microwave, actually. I had no idea that it was cooking that well. And look, it just made an enormous, huge ruby. What? That's crazy. It's huge. What? It just made this giant ruby. That is crazy.
It made a ruby.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a pluck.
What do you mean it made a ruby?
My gosh, it's...
So apparently, to make rubies, it's not hard, quote, quote. You just put powder in a thing and you hit it with like a giant effing laser. And like the powder turns into ruby. And apparently he tried this on like the other one, but it made a bunch of like little like specks.
Hey, you know what? Know what I see here in this picture?
Yeah. Are you going to say what I was thinking?
Interesting details to this story. If you're not aware, those are more than likely Harbor Freight pliers by the Green Band. And so this dude has got some of the, like, where government's probably competing with him on laser like technology. And he's got Harbor Freight pliers because they get the job done still on a budget.
Where I went,
nobody
like,
never doesn't have a pair of something Harbor Freight is all I'm
dang,
getting
if
at.
I was a ruby supplier, I'd be like, how do I get this guy's phone number, man? Like,
Enormous ruby there. I'll clean that off and make another one here quick. This turned out to be a really reliable method to make big rubies, and it blows the performance of the microwave out of the water. Even freehanding the laser produced bigger rubies than I was able to get via the microwave. I'm very impressed with the size of these. I've never offered merch before, but I don't think anything could beat laser-grown ruby as my first product, so I made a few extra to offer my viewers. Check the link if you're interested.
Dude.
I'm curious whether white sand is reflective enough to resist melting in the laser beam.
We can watch this later.
Yeah, this is gonna be it. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch a little bit of this after the show.
Because now you're gonna have to watch it, right? Like,
yeah.
He goes down the list of different things to hit with the stupid laser, bro, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude, I imagine going to his house. It's like going to a normal person's house and they have a beware of dog sign, except he has a beware of blindness sign and like goggles required to be anywhere on my premises, just so he don't get sued. Somebody accidentally getting just the smallest refraction of that laser light in somebody's eyes. They're blind in one eye. Like, oh, who turned off the lights, Johnny?
Do we finish the guy's crash out and hear what he says? Because like I feel him, I feel him. But bro, God bless.
Yeah,
you're wrapped up in your vision, homie.
From all of this, and now that I'm set on that mission, I'm not giving up, and so it will happen, no matter what. Because you know what? To me, when I'm building something, I expect it to be hard. I expect it to be uncomfortable. I expect it to be difficult. You know why? Because that's the whole point. You have to suffer to grow. You have to feel uncomfortable to attribute value to what you do. So you may see this and you see a piece of metal.
Goggins was like, I did not think you're going to go this hard for, bro, my butt.
Like, okay, you might have taken what I said a little far. Heck no, he took it just far enough. He's doing what the rest of us need to do.
I agree.
Of metal welded onto it, but I see it for what it really is. I see it because when I see this, I can go back in time to not just putting it together, but the motivation as to why I put it together, the hope, the purpose, the passion, all right here embodied. My soul is within this. Just as yours is within anything you do and put your mind to as well.
And if you don't, that's why you feel like you have an empty soul. So go do something meaningful.
So if you wonder why I'm out here and why I'm not going to do anything else but continue to stay on this mission until I see it through, until I say it's complete, that is why. Because it doesn't matter what anything externally is. There is no threat. There is no uncomfortability. There is no amount of suffering that will steer me from what I wish to do, because that is the life I wish to live. It's inevitable.
But people be saying that he disappeared, but there's words on the internet streets that mom said he cool. Which if I was his mama, I would not have said nothing. So I don't know if I believe that. Because now they're gonna knock on mama's door.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do that no matter what.
Yeah.
His supporters fear the quote elites have possibly kidnapped this man to prevent him from providing free energy. So when we're all seeing the Epstein story and we're asking, what are they distracting us from? It could be stuff like this.
Yeah, it could just be a little thing. Well, not a little, really, but like,
bro, making gas out of plastic? That's crazy. That's what it was, right? Because he called it plastiline.
Yeah, which is, it's how you originally make gas, just a lot like simpler, because you just have a petroleum product, and you're just converting the state of matter that it is.
Right.
You're just converting it from a solid to a gas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that this comes up because earlier today in my news feed, somebody made an animated version basically of how he does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's just animated, and they simplified the whole system. They're like, yeah, you basically take a 55-gallon drum, like oil drum, you put shredded plastic bits in it, you heat it, and then it melts down in the can. Those gases go up, you put a pipe from the can through a bottle of water and then over to a different container, and your gas comes up, then cools through the water, turns to a vapor, drips in, and then you have your gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
This is all legend.
Kid turns plastic trash into free energy, gets over 1 million followers, starts warning about black SUVs and choppers, then vanishes without a trace. Same pattern, same silence, same disappearance. They don't need to debunk you if you just get erased. How many more young inventors have to go missing before we admit this is not a coincidence?
But like, I mean, the weird thing is like, it's got to be a big corp thing, just like him digging into possible profits, because at the end of the day, it's not a sustainable way to make, like, the amount of gas you get from basically recycling this plastic and turning it into gas the way he's doing it. You might as well just get the gas the conventional way.
Yeah, but it's early days, man. That's what you always say when people are trying to start something that's going to pop off crazy, right?
Like, for the plastic to exist, for him to do this, we have to extract the gas.
No.
The
point is to
petroleum
just
out of
take
the earth.
all of the crazy plastic waste we already have,
Yeah.
and then funnel it in there, right? Like,
It's
like,
just a different. It's like, so what I'm saying is all it is a dig into their profit, because the only reason all that plastic is around is because we got the petroleum out of the earth in the first place. We couldn't have made that plastic without extracting it from the earth. So there still is that process. It's just he's digging into possible future profits by actually doing good recycling. Because a lot of people don't understand. Oh, I'm doing my good part in your planet. I'm paying a whole extra different fee for the recycle bin, and then taking it. I'm separatizing all my plastics into here and aluminums to recycle it to the. And then when it goes to the yard, like 5% of it actually goes into recyclable, like stuff that they actually reuse.
Yeah,
the rest of it we mostly send on to ships that we sell to China for them to just dump in the ocean. Well, actually, no, we don't sell it. We pay them to take our garbage, and then all they do is then take our. They're supposed to properly dispose it. It just gets dumped into the ocean. They don't give it. It's the only way they make money off the deal, because the money that we pay them wouldn't be enough to actually have a system to be able to properly dispose of it. So they just pocket all that free money, because all they got to do is, once it comes into port, is basically, oops, we spilled the shipping container of trash over the side. That's too bad. How much money was involved in that? Oh, just the fuel of offloading the thing. Cool. That's about as cheap as we could have got it done. And nobody's over here telling us that we can't do it. So we are going to continue to do that and keep killing turtles.
You might be underestimating communism, because I guarantee you they could make a system of people have to do it, but
yeah, or if the government just got together and said, hey, let's allocate funds. Look, this is the initial investment. This is what we can gain in revenue out of it. Somebody's just got to come up with a plan and a deal. Oh, who's the guy that's good at making plans and deals? Trump. Not all of them are great ideas. Warp speed was, essentially a good idea. Things got a kicking fast. It just wasn't what we really needed. Sure, you could argue it helped a little bit, but if he would have made an initiative where it was a competition and let all parties play, then it would have been the best that we could have had. Because then, yeah. Oh, kind of like how we built the best free market capitalism has built the best, most economic valued society in the world. Oh, you just apply that to anything. It doesn't matter what field, you're going to get the best results shining out on top. Because that's just what competition does.
100%, bro.
And so we could have found out what would have been a much more effective thing. And, it's not as flashy when it's not that expensive as a fixed thing. Everybody wants the most flashiest, the most up-to-date, most expensive. It's got good flair to it. It sounds like, ooh, yeah, like that's because everybody wants something shiny and that's high in value. Or maybe that's the lies of life that they get you hooked on, and why you're hooked on all these new iPhones and all that. But that's not even the point of life. Totally missing the whole point of life. Like, the simplicities are everything we have is right there. with Mother Nature and all this, and this is all just extra stuff to distract us.
But then, dude, that's what's so tricky about effing living life, bro. Because like, yo, the like interconnectivity of humans and the access of information of the cell phone is insanely important and a part of the meaning of life. And if we didn't have a-holes trying to profiteer and beat the other person, then I wouldn't have had all the other thingies in my phone that are handy dandy, like a really nice camera and like da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, or that's just us handicapping ourselves compared to old technology where it could all just be free flow consciousness connected to everybody else. So all that information would already be at hand without the need of internet and technology.
Right. Or maybe knowing everything isn't that important.
Right. Again, what we're supposed to focus on is just making the best experience we can for us and everybody around us, and just enjoying the enjoying the beautifulness of life, because it is not forever. So you just gotta make the most of what you have.
But part of Elon's plan is to get to Mars to
being
make sure
immortal
that
actually just gets boring.
Right.
And having a mortal life is actually a gift.
Right. But Elon's plan is to try and get to Mars so it keeps happening. So somebody has to think ahead. You know how
or maybe that's part of the old sacred plans that have been schmoozed around to look certain ways.
It seems like the
how it's supposed to go to where it could go.
The internet's starting to catch up on things, because I immediately, when he was all like, well, we have to go to Mars in case like Earth goes bye-bye, I was like, the Great Flood, like planning much? Like all the elites started making bunkers, and he was like, fools. I'm making a spaceship.
I'm just gonna let it take me. That must take you to the next round.
Now I'm gonna
right?
space shit up. Nah, bro, he gonna space shit up to Mars, and then he ain't gonna mess with the bunkers, and then just comes back down after the the floods have wiped things away.
Yeah, or maybe that's like something we're not supposed to fight, and that's actually the rolling you into the next phase, the next density of things.
Tricky. You could argue it either way.
Yeah.
You could be like, nah, it's part of God's plan, something. Or you could be like, God's up there like, are you gonna let it wipe you out again?
That's what I'm saying. It might be. We gotta look at both sides, because there's the possibility that they flipped the script and schmoodled us into thinking which way was actually the way to go, convincing us one way is actually the good, but it's actually the bad.
Also figure this out though, but the elites are burying the evidence that we would be able to figure out these things that have been told to us in stone and warned to be prepared for. Because Göbekli Tepe, have you followed that one? Guess what? It's connected to BlackRock.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
update. I heard they removed the trees.
What we think is supposed to be where we're supposed to go is actually maybe a whole trickery.
Right, but which one is the trickery?
Exactly.
Right.
The figuring out that is the hardest point. Which route at the fork in the road is the correct way to go?
Who's the asshole?
And all you can do, pick one and try your best.
Yeah. And like that one guy said, I forget whose name it was. He said, whenever you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Billy Carson.
That's all we got for you, folks. We're about to pumpkin. So, anything else, Daniel?
Nope, drawing blanks.
Share the show. Don't be a hoe. If you got $1 and you want to keep the lights on here in support of the show, join that Locals Parimo Squad, locals.mastash.com.
Follow with that dollar.
To use the promo code BetterNewsFeed and save a couple bucks. Signup.toleratetech.com in the link description box down below if you want a like-minded tech guy, me, to help you out, keep it protected and safe and tech support so you're not angry and cranky at that computer. And, just like make sure to share the show to somebody, man. And we'll see y'all next week, man. We got the two. We got the one. We got the...
All right.
Uh.